the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Yo, what's happening? It's another episode of Blurred's Eye View. I'm your man on the wall, the kid up north, the Papa Bear of the Blurred World, Chris Fury. What's going on, everybody? We are in for a treat today because we are talking strictly Guardians. And I'm not talking about the Cleveland baseball team. I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, the 9-year run of a film franchise. Fantastic ending, fantastic beginning, great music all the way around. We'll be talking about that and so much more that's going on with that particular universe. I'll probably do a couple breakdowns and take a revolve and rewind and talk about volumes 1 and 2 as well. But without further ado, let me get this piece out of here. Let's get it started. We'll be watching the cinematic assassin of the ship. What's happening?
Hey, I want to be frank up front.
Damn you, Raw.
I want to be the official Brad Pitt of the podcast.
The official Brad Pitt. Okay,
I'm gonna be snacking. I can't help it. I'm
okay.
Sorry.
I was like, where are we going with the snacking? I was trying to figure that out. Like, where are we going with that? That confused me. I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, what? Like the ladies' man? I'm trying to figure out.
I mean,
like,
you know. If medium fugly works for y'all, you know, I'm here. But you know, outside of that,
Lady Mandalore is in the building. Yeah,
what are you eating, sir?
He says he's the Brad Pitt of the crew.
Hey, listen. I was raised by my grandparents. I'm eating butter pecan ice cream because it's the best ice cream there is.
Wait, there's no judgment.
No, there isn't. I'm just hungry.
No, like we just came on the tail end of an episode with a bombshell. Shout out to Geeks and Grubs, and I guess the cinematic assassin couldn't hold it back any longer. Oh man! So we got every episode. We got the Black Spartan in the building.
No lie though, butter pecan do be the shit.
It do. Man, we got a full crew tonight. We got our very own Geek by Heart ladies in the building.
What's good, y'all?
I wouldn't be right if I wouldn't be right if I didn't stop by and pick up our very own horror writer of blurredeyeview.org.
Ow.
You know, she lets us know about the stuff that's going on in the dark spaces. That's and what we should and shouldn't avoid.
That's a fact.
She watches horror movies, so you don't have.
She has saved me.
Last part, I'm going to use that. You know I'm going to use that.
I
love when you say that.
She has saved me so much time and lost time. So
It's weird.
Oh my God! So how's everybody's been doing? We've had what 2 weeks? Two weeks now? 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
That's all I can say right now.
2 weeks. Hold on.
2 weeks.
Doing fantabulous.
Yeah.
Splendiferous.
Splendiferous.
I'm hating this makeup that I tried to do. I'm about to go black and take this whole thing off because absolutely the fuck not. Well, I look like I'm ashy on Oprah Winfrey's internet. I will not. I do not think the fuck so.
Not on Oprah Winfrey.
Kira, you look beautiful. Either
no, bish. This is like reverse racism or something going on with this.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what this is.
Wow.
So Raw, my wife has watched from. I've heard a lot about it. I've caught an episode here and there.
I need to get up on that. Yes.
Nothing but good about
I would love for us to talk about that maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, consider it.
What's it about?
Man,
I never heard of it. What is it about?
Harold Perrineau.
For some reason, you wouldn't.
It's a Stephen King. It's a Stephen King adaptation, and who actually has given it a big thumbs up, which is very rare.
Right?
Especially with his movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
He hates all of them.
Facts.
They can't get it right.
They don't.
It's bad. Basically, think of it Lost with vampires, kind of.
Right. You said Lost
like
with vampires?
The basic premise of Lost.
Yeah.
With vampires. Like they just
the good writing season is Lost.
That part.
Yes, the good writing.
Good writing.
Exactly.
I just hope in season 2 that they come back with some more vampires because that shit was just terrifying actually.
It's very rare that you get a show that does vampires correctly.
True.
Yes.
And then when you get it, they take it away from you. Buffy.
Yeah.
That part.
I'll never forgive you because you turned around and canceled that shit and gave us Twilight. You sons of bitches.
Vampires are not supposed to be sparkly.
No.
I was even more mad about them canceling Angel. So
yeah.
I feel like Buffy kind of went a good run, but Angel had more story stuff.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'll never forgive them for not giving me a proper end to the Wolfram Hart run. Good Lord.
That's a fact. I mean, you can say they did in the comics.
But let's face it.
Yeah.
When they showed what they showed in the comics, with like pretty much LA is just now just Demon Central.
It should have been on the TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, I would have wanted to see that.
It's more budget conscious in the comics. It's like, let's just turn LA into what we know it is, a demon hellhole. A lot easier to do in comics than it is doing real life.
But they did. I will say that they did Lorne, the character of Lorne. They did him very well because the actor had passed away in real life, and even his ending on the show was very damn of all the people, like he didn't die, but it was what he had to do. And it was like it's what he had to do. He was just like, and I'm done. And I'm like, damn, of all people, that was the job he had to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. So it was bad.
I was looking at him for that one too, actually. So I actually I can't remember the guy's name, but I want to see that character go on.
Yeah, but so at least in the comics, they paid homage to his character and did right by his character. And Gunn, serendipitous because of what we're talking about later on today. But the character of Gunn being a vampire and I need to rewatch Angel now.
Facts.
I need to rewatch Angel. It's just good. I mean, let's face it. Still to this day, watching James Marsters get manhandled by a puppet.
That part. That part.
It's still hilarious.
That's funny.
Okay.
If you watch it, pay attention very closely. He has a smirk on his face when the elevator door is closed. It was like, I don't think he was meant to have that smirk. It was just like, you just got your ass whooped by a puppet. Oh,
kind of hard to keep a straight face, even when you're acting. It's like,
right.
That's not going to whoop my ass, and it's for the world to see right now.
Right. Man, it's been a wild couple of weeks. By wild, I mean emotional. So we're gonna get right into it. 9 years ago, we were introduced to this ragtag, roly-poly group of space bandits that no one really cared about. Whether it was in comics form or otherwise. But a certain gentleman by the name of James Gunn helped us to realize and understand these guys ain't that bad after all. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. If you haven't seen the promos or whatever, I don't know what to tell you. Introduced to us in 2014, we have gotten 3 movies, 3 appearances, a Christmas special, cartoons on Disney XD, and 2 games, I want to say?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
one game. Yeah, 2 games.
There's 2. Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know where we can begin first. But let's just start with volume 3.
I'm sorry.
We got The crew spoke. So
I did that in the middle of a crowded room earlier today, and like 3 people caught on. That was funny as hell.
And what did we just say on Montel's Live? We were just like, sometimes you can walk in a room and do a certain phrase, and in the vibe, it's a vibe check. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Vibe check. So I guess we start with volume 1. Let's break it down. Volume 1 introduced Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, and Gamora and Drax. This was the beginning of Disney's and Marvel's journey into space, because they have given us the war piece through Captain America, the tech stuff through Iron Man, even the team building. And I said it in our group chat, and I'm saying it here on the show tonight. I'm not going to hold you, but this entire franchise of Guardians is what it means to be a team and have an emotional build around it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that same vibe. I might have gotten that same vibe between Black Widow and Hawkeye. Maybe even Iron Man and Spider-Man, having that mentor-mentee relationship, but
not as much as this.
Nowhere near what we've been experiencing.
Not this type of gut wrenching.
So, and the thing is, James Gunn's been doing this since volume 1. He's given us an emotional gut punch in every single volume, one form or another. The first one in volume 1, the emotional gut punch was Peter having that vision of his mother in her deathbed and finally reaching out, even though she's gone, but reaching out for her hand. And it was just like, okay, that's just a little level. It's like Hot Ones. This is like, these are levels. It was levels. So it was levels.
Level 1 mommy issues.
Yeah, level 1 mommy issues. Level 2.
Don't forget Groot.
Yeah, right. And then Groot passing. Yes.
Y'all gonna learn to let go one way or the other.
We are Groots.
Then we get to volume 2. Daddy issues.
But I can understandably so, though.
Understandable. Looking at Kurt Russell, and I'm just like, dude, you're such a likable guy. This is the second time I've seen you play asshole. Like, I've seen you play asshole in Grindhouse, and now you're playing this asshole again. I can't.
He was a good asshole in Grindhouse.
Yeah, I was like, I like you as Santa Claus, and now you're an asshole in Grindhouse. I'm like, what? So once again, daddy issues, and then we start to get a little more in depth of the characters and their backgrounds. Just teases. But what really rings true is Yondu and Rocket. And you don't realize it. You just like, damn, we know as fans, we know some stuff has happened. We know that.
Yeah.
However, it's Yondu's him calling him out on it. And then it's Yondu's sacrifice. And you're just like,
like, and
well, I mean, if you think about it, volume 2 really was low key Yondu's story.
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing with the Ravagers and seeing, for a lot of people getting introduced to the original Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole thing around the ego and him and who can forget? Who can forget Mary Poppins?
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy. I'm like,
daddy.
What?
Yeah. in true.
That line was actually really hard.
Bars.
It was.
That line was actually really hard.
Yes, like Tafari hit it. You're like, I know who you are, boy, because you're me. Little old baby me, sold into slavery. No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that
I watched that today. Oh my god. Oof.
I will tell you this: watching those again, and it does. It's not so much just watching it for nostalgia purposes. Now you're watching them because it's like things that happened in Volume 3. It's like rereading a book of parts you just missed. You're just like, yo, revelations just kicked in and high gear, and you're like, wait a minute, hold on,
right?
Give me a minute, Gun. Just give me a second. I didn't get through the first. Stop. just stop.
I mean that and the soundtrack. Like we said on this podcast before. What the one thing Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn has done well is that besides again taking an unknown group, and let's be honest, it was an unknown group to those outside the comic book world, and you made them as relevant as Cap, as Spider-Man, as Captain America, as Iron Man, and so on and so forth. But the soundtrack, though, I mean, there's some artists right now who should be sending James Gunn some thank you letters. There should be some of them. Because my word.
We didn't know we needed this money. These are nice royalty checks now.
I mean, Bruce Wayne of all people. I mean, come on. No song alone.
Right. Oh my God. So we'll do a quick character development on each of these characters. So we'll start with Peter Quill. Peter Quill here is movie version and his comic version. He's had some growth. He's actually all of them have. He's had some growth of running from his past and finally coming to fruition and finding he still has family and then going back to said previous family.
And completely defied the phrase "you can't go home."
Yep.
Yeah.
Home was literally waiting for him.
I'm gonna do a round table. Peter Quill, start with you, Will. Cinematic Assassin. We'll start with you.
You know, I was highly impressed that I went into this film and I saw Star-Lord, because I feel like, based on the little rub that Chris Pratt has gotten recently, some of it extremely well deserved and some of it just because it's very fun. I thought, like, is it going to be weird going in here and seeing, Mr. Mario like dance around with the aliens and stuff? But it something about Gunn's writing and the way that Pratt works that role, it just slips right back into, we were in Guardians mode and I never saw Chris Pratt. Like, I saw Star-Lord the entire time and was locked in the film the whole time.
Lady Mandalore.
Peter was the original a-hole of the group. He was. Yeah. I am glad that he has found his family, and his family made him grow up a lot, considerably, because part of me still don't like his little ass, but I can appreciate him more. He's like that cousin that you could go smoke with on Thanksgiving, but you don't call them. They're there for a good time and a good time only.
Yeah, good time.
It's all those cousins.
You say that if you stick around too long, you end up in some hijinks.
That fact.
Geek by heart.
I mean, listen, I think out of the three, I really enjoyed his character in the third one the most, because I felt like it had the most range. I felt like he went through the most. And you saw how he learned from the lessons of the past. And to Kira's point, I thought he was a dumbass as well. You know what I'm saying? So like, straight up, I thought he was a dumbass as well. But like, he started to understand what needs to be done and how he needs to move on. And I don't know if you would have gotten that in Volume 2 and Volume 1. Even though I literally cried when the first time he found out, like, Dad killed mom, I said, oh. And the way he
yeah.
just snapped out of it, I was like, yep, I would have done that too. He's like, what?
Excuse me?
I was like, light him up. Light him up.
That was a
green
definite
means go, motherfucker.
Me and my wife was in the theater and we were like, oh hell no.
Facts. Like that was an oh hell no moment.
That was you had to go. That was
like whoop his ass. That's the first thing my wife said. Whoop his ass.
Whoop.
That was like if that was in person. Like we sort of sit back in our seat, like, ooh, let's find the exit room. Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Black Spartan. What do you think about Peter?
We really saw two different shades of Peter, if you think about it. Volume 1 and Volume 2 was the getting to know Gamora, falling in love with Gamora, and then losing Gamora. And then 3 was kind of that post-traumatic, yeah, you're not mine. You're Gamora, but as much as I'm trying to make you the Gamora of what I used to know, you'll never be her. So it always came down to that whole thing of, like I said, it's a whole. He went literally through the 5 stages of grief.
He did.
I mean, 5 or 8 stages of grief. I forgot which one, how many there are, but he did go quite the character trip. So I'd probably say his best one, because in 1 he was funny, 2 he was somewhat serious, and 3 it was like I accept it. So I'd say 3 was his best character.
For me, getting introduced to him in 1, he's just kind of like playboy type behavior, a-hole, whatever. And then seeing him in 3 being a complete wreck.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I mean, a complete wreck. And especially after we've seen him in the holiday special. Like, you brought Christmas to nowhere, my guy. And inadvertently Kevin Bacon. But but once again, you not only did you bring Christmas to nowhere, you found out you had a sister.
Right.
And so now we go into Volume 3 thinking he's, he has a bonding moment. No. This dude is a wreck and no one can reach him. Like, he's that low. Like, none of them can reach. They're looking at Mantis. Talk to me. Like, he won't even talk to me and I'm his sister.
Right.
Wait, touch him.
Right.
we gotta touch him. Somebody touch him.
Ew, not like that.
But
I can hear
the fact that we're already able to quote them and it's only 2 weeks old, that's interesting.
Yeah. The fact that we didn't get a line similar to that is probably a missed opportunity. But I get it. He was going for a certain emotional moment, and that probably wouldn't have worked. But yeah, Tafari's right. I wondered. Once we found out about Mantis, I wondered if there were other siblings out there that Ego fathered. Because yes, we know.
Yeah, in that graveyard.
Yeah, a lot of them were in the graveyard.
A
lot
of edits. A lot of edits.
A lot of edits. Was there anywhere else? So that was one of them. So then we get introduced to let's try Gamora. Let's go with Gamora. Here's her movie counterpart, opposed to her comic book counterpart. Gamora, daughter of Thanos, and a badass at that. Take no shit. Take no shit. And then take no shit. Lady Mandalore, we'll start with you. Yeah, he did. He did. I'm not gonna front you.
That's yep.
Ego did have more kids than Nick Cannon. He did have more kids than Nick Cannon. Tafari said he was gonna be in with the comments. I was just waiting for him to get warmed up.
Gamora, version 1 and version 2 is my girl. She was always authentic. You always knew exactly where she stood. She was very secure in who she was as a badass assassin, mercenary, daughter of Thanos. I love that hoe. I don't care. She did no wrong to me. For me, to me, with me, by me. In this movie. I think her arc was very interesting, even though there was an edit. clearly she missed that entire gap with Peter, but I think it's exactly where she would have gone if she didn't have that relationship. I think she always would have been a Ravager of some sort, or she would have found another family to fit to the lifestyle that she was accustomed to. Peter just happened to get to her first, so we saw that version first.
And he was stuck with that ever since. Cinematic disaster. Good old Neb.
Gamora has one of my favorite phrases in this maybe in the entire MCU, when she tells Peter something about you won't woo me with your pelvic sorcery. And I was just like, pelvic sorcery. If I never combine two words to describe my lifestyle, pelvic sorcery.
Oh my God. We got family in the building. Navy Montel is come to join.
Hey,
I get to be with the cool kids. I'm loving this. I love being part of the cool kid. Let's go. As long as I don't get shoved in a locker, I'll be fine.
No, there's room on the ship for everybody.
Well, the lockers are bigger nowadays, so I have a chance of survival.
Aren't they? These kids are living in a deluxe high rise.
Jesus.
Wow.
So what was you saying?
I was saying let's not sleep on the fact that pelvic sorcery was uttered and then Montel appeared. I just want to throw it up there. That's very curious time.
I think we did say it 3 times too.
This is where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay,
I mean, that could be your new name.
Come on.
This is my only ASMR. I'm sorry. The freak that you thought you were talking to is no longer available.
You sure about
Sorry,
that?
children.
You know what? Hashtag
Well, how did you get your mama? Pelvic sorcery.
Ooh, how'd you get your mama?
How'd I get your mama? Pelvic sorcery.
Right. So, well, Montel, we'll ask you, what do you think of the character arc of Gamora?
Brilliant.
From volume 1 to 3?
I thought it was brilliant, honestly. I liked how when they created Gamora cinematically, you wasn't sure exactly what direction she was going to go. You had an idea, but then as you saw her travel, you started seeing different tangents that could potentially sprout from where she could go and what she could do. And I was even more fascinated. And I said, oh, I'm keeping an eyeball on this one. And then when you see her in volume 3, you're like, I be damn. Are you serious? That was one of the wings. I thought she was okay. And then, oh my goodness. See, I already got. So when I go to San Diego, I'm tracking down some folks. I'm gonna start. There's gonna be some dinner and coffee offer. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I boo-hooed like a little bitch. Thank you. So much. Would you like cheese on your hoagie? Would you like cream in your coffee?
Would you like cheese?
Oh my God!
Not kind, sir. Would you allow a little bit of cheese on your hoodie?
He's gonna have the napkin over the wrist, and he was just like, "Here y'all."
Sorry, we don't do Grey Poupon, but we do that Miracle Whip if it is perfectly all right.
And that would go very well with your sorcery.
You know what, Safari, you're right. She in volume 3, she definitely did remind us she's her father's child. Yeah. she had some Thanos tendencies,
energy
all day long, like Black Air Force all day long. Geek by Heart, what do you think, Gamora?
I'm going to give it to Zoe Saldana. To be honest with you, before that, I wasn't that crazy about her as an actress. To be honest with you, I didn't really sit through Avatar really well until early this year.
Please do not apologize for that.
Like, okay, I'm serious. Like, I tried to when it came out, and because I missed it in the theater, I was like, it was kind of boring. I never really got through it.
Twice.
Yeah. So, but I did it this year.
That one time.
Here's a sidebar. I don't think any of us did. So
okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm just like, you said to other people, they're like, "What? You didn't watch Avatar?" I'm like, "It was."
Wife and mother-in-law was watching it today, and I just like, huh, okay.
some people treat Avatar the same way white people treat Hamilton. They think it's an eye-opening experience. Have you seen the new Avatar? No.
Nope. No. Why do I want to look at blue people? I'm black. There's no point.
Right. Like, what I want to see.
I don't want to see that
because they got their ass whipped, unfortunately. Like
that movie wasn't fantasy. That was based on real life experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I'm not here for this, man.
Speak your truth. Yeah.
If y'all
that ain't nothing but Kunta Kinte in blue, like
right. That's it. Black Spartan. What do you think of Gamora?
Volatile, but I dig it. No,
like his women's.
Are you telling on yourself, young William?
I would tell myself.
He likes his women's like that. Women's.
Kara.
Volatile.
What I said?
Volatile and unstable. That's how I got here. But
wow.
But no, Gamora. She, like I said, it was interesting in her because at first she was this. She was having daddy issues at first because she didn't want to go against Thanos for the longest time, and then it's a weird shift considering between 1, 2, and going to 3, where now it's this disconnected Gamora. It's like, why are you changing? Like, why are you trying to, fending off Peter, trying to rekindle something, feeling nothing toward her sister, even though they still, for some odd reason, still communicate. And at the same time, it's like, well, obviously out of time because she is from a different timeline, but she feels out of place. So it's this whole thing of trying to find where she belongs, even with the Ravagers, which I thought was a nice touch. So, similar to Peter's, yeah, her character journey was different, but it worked.
Yeah. Just one little thing. The reason why they kept in touch is because they didn't delete the part of history between her and Nebula, where they both knew that there was one Infinity Stone on that secret planet. So they did have some kind of sisterhood, but it wasn't as deep as
it was still pre the Final Ego. It was pre-Final Ego, where literally your sister got so mad she threw a ship at you.
Speaking of which, we talked about Nebula. I've never seen anybody. I've never seen any. Like I said, all 3 volumes plus the special growth. It's very. Yeah. I think it's difficult. I would assume it's very difficult to create these characters, or not create these, but take these characters that people virtually don't know anything about, and then have a form of emotional and growth that lasts 3 films, a special, and maybe 2 appearances, and get that point across. That's difficult. And to say I need this to happen, just like this.
This is the magic of Marvel, period. This is something that DC is trying to grapple onto because Marvel has a pinch.
Well, they got it now.
They're about to get it now.
No. Right. I would say this. They are trying to do it, but they still have a long way to go.
Fair point.
Marvel took that chance to say, okay, let's bring out characters that people don't normally recognize. And let's take a chance.
But also they did the one thing that made them successful. You humanized them, but you also gave them great story writing. Because if you're able to successfully humanize a character that is very unknown, they will, number one, connect with the audience. Number two, if you give them an arc that just makes them go, dang, you used to be a murdering psychopath and you're now the voice of reason.
Yeah.
You're the voice of reason amongst these people.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
And Tafari makes a good point, because this is actually one of my talking points. He says Nebula's growth makes me want to see more time that they spent on Earth. She almost cried motor oil hearing Rocket's voice again. They clearly bonded over those 5 years. What he's talking about, when everybody else got dusted and the only ones left behind was Nebula and Rocket, and they had each other's back.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So it is, speaking of, I was trying to save him, but Good Lord.
Nah, wait, I'm not ready. Wait, I'm not ready.
Not ready for him yet.
I'm not ready.
I would say
I'm not ready.
Rocket was one of those characters
You
that
have to put us through
I
there.
loved seeing what they did with him because I think out of the entire team, him and Groot were the two that I think a lot of the audiences gravitated to the quickest because there was humanity in what they were doing, but they weren't the standard human figures or the human characters. And that's why, you know, when you see him and Groot talking, I am Groot. Well, what do you mean this is not how it's supposed to happen? I am Groot. We talked about this the other day. Stop doing it. I am Groot. And people are like, what is going on? Their dynamic is
fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's so freaking special that when they talked, you didn't pay attention to the rest of the cast. Sorry.
Pretty much.
No.
You want to see what they were talking about.
It was wild because they don't exist. It's just zeros and ones. You're not even getting like actual people on the screen to emote that kind of thing. That's incredible. It's incredible.
That's also incredible voice acting, especially from Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. The fact that he doesn't sound sounds nothing like
Neil.
Exactly.
Literally seeing him on video do that voice, and you're just like, you're lying.
That's not
you're
you.
lying.
They put something
That's
over
not
it.
him.
There's a track over.
Yeah.
He
was like that. You're lying. I'm like, I've heard him scream when he was on Hangover. That is not the same guy. It was like that is. There was just no way. But once again, level of voice acting is amazing. The way you're emoting these characters. He emoted a raccoon, and we know raccoons can be pretty damn feisty, and he nailed that. And the fact that, and I'm gonna say it in volume 3, what Lila says, this story was yours all along, and I'm like, I wasn't done with the last scene yet.
Good.
Great.
That scene where they all got their names. Good God. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. The whole, see them all get their names, and then at the end of it all, it's like we're just gonna rock it all together in that big, beautiful sky. I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I teared up.
You're amongst people who I told Kira, I said I walked out of there napkin drenched. I could have just wrung the son bitch out. It was just bad. I'm like, good Lord, my eyes are warm right now. Like just dealing with it. It was too much. Cinematic assassin. What you got to say?
I love y'all. I don't. Why'd y'all cry so much? Like I was there.
You ain't got no soul.
Wait a minute. In his defense, he's the ship's computer, so I would expect that.
So you're dead inside.
No, because even Nebula grew a heart. Stop playing with me.
Oh my God! I mean,
man, even the Tin Man grew a heart.
The blur time. We can have a conversation. All right.
God dang.
Can't tell me. No.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
You ain't got to lie.
You
ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't
right. You ain't got to lie.
We love you.
That's all right.
Now I'm gonna keep one side eye on you because I'm.
You know what it is? No.
Don't go cry.
You know what
Don't go cry in the car.
You need to drink more water. Drink more water.
I'm gonna go
cry in the car.
My attention on the intro of Radiohead when Trump was playing. I'm like, come on, Will.
But all right, but the scene you talking about, they picking their names. I mean, it's beautiful, it's touching. But when they come around to Floor, it's like I'm Floor because I'm lying on the floor. I was like, oh, that baby's special. Oh,
that's the
bless her heart.
But that's the cuteness. I mean, that's it's literally the wholesomeness, the cuteness, and that whole bond that they have. And then what follows next? God dang.
It's
follows next is God dang.
Yo, that fucking that gunfire.
It's a gun-rich scene.
Whole fucking chest. My whole chest. Did the whole but why? Why?
Yo, look, when they unalived, when they were unalived, and then like Tafari said, when High Evolutionary comes in after Rocket, first off, when Lila takes that first shot, and then Rocket just breaks.
Yeah.
And it freaks the rest of them out because it's like, no. And then High Evolutionary does the mock, and I'm like, oh, I can't
Kill him.
stand you.
Kill him now. Kill him now. Immediately. I want to see nothing else with this movie until I see something go through his chest. I don't want to see anything else.
You've won the crying contest, 89P13.
It was brilliant. It was a brilliant piece of acting. That's why I was like, I couldn't be mad about that because from a villain standpoint, it worked.
I mean, yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
off that piece of he's not dead. He's not actually dead.
Oh no,
exactly, and that's what I said. Yeah,
Gunn actually stated that he's not done. He's not
as
dead.
we speak, there are cosplayers out here creating the High Evolutionary.
Yep.
And I don't want to see not near one of them. Don't talk to me
on site.
My general direction.
Don't
talk to me nice.
Kara, we don't need you one shot in the High Evolutionary cosplays on site.
On site is. I'm just saying.
Who said?
I mean,
why? You see my face? Don't come towards me.
And you got to remember what she works as too. She works with animals too.
I know what to do with the body.
Okay, you got to remember that.
Now here's my fear: Kira's gonna walk past somebody in a cosplay at a con somewhere and flash dickhead.
You ain't shit.
Okay.
The messed up part is all it's gonna take is just an inadvertent bump, and as soon as they say "excuse me,"
who?
I know you ain't talking.
I feel like this. I'm gonna be at BlurCon in the tabletop room, and I'm gonna hear someone come in. You need to come get Kira. No, she grown. She got a driver's license. She got all that. She knew what she was getting into.
She's fine. All right, come this way. Come this way. I ain't got the bond for that. We spent it all shit.
I'm not done saying what I need to say. I'm not done. They good. They got up. It's fine. Everybody's okay.
Don't come over and cry like
blood. All right, she didn't mean it. She didn't mean it, ma'am.
NYC is coming out of you for real.
I'm gonna find one of them cops. I'm gonna be down the hall from them and go, P13.
Oh my God!
Go sit down, man.
Don't do that.
Go sit down.
He says, rocket crying, floor screaming, teeth pleading. They finally acted how you expected caged animals to be, and we still weren't ready when it happened. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. It was. No. It ripped you out, and you weren't ready. You're just like you knew it was there, but you're never ready. It's literally it's the Hoban Washburn scene in Serenity. You know it's coming.
But
you're never ready.
The wild part is that's the second time it happened in the movie. Because the first opening was unforeseen, and then you get to that again. We didn't expect it. And then near the end, you didn't expect that either. So it had a lot of moments where it lulled you into this safe sense of okay, they'll survive. And I mean, let's be honest, Endgame, Infinity War messed us up a little bit because we're so
little
used
bit.
Left us walking out the theater.
It left a lot.
It leaves an effect. Okay, it's an impression.
Silent. I know a silent movie theater.
Oh, that was the first time. That was the first time you heard just nothing. You heard
my wife. The first time my wife says, "Ain't no extra credit scene." I'm like, "Ain't one. Let's go." I'm gone.
There need to be one.
You gotta go.
Need to be one.
What are we seeing? Ain't nothing to see. We gotta go.
But yeah, it was the gut punch. It was the sudden. It was like none of you are safe. It was like, you know what it was? It was Walking Dead season 1, where nobody was safe. And you can tell that behind everything that we're so used to. You
saying it's Sophia all over again?
Yes.
Damn.
Where nobody was safe. And you know what? It worked.
Yeah.
You had to have that because we were so used to our heroes making it. We're so used to our Marvel heroes making it that it never was a sense that, oh crap, we could actually lose everybody.
Yeah. Speaking of heroes. Redemption.
Oh hell yeah!
Yandu Udanta, full redemption. When you find when he realizes that what he's been doing is wrong and he's just been trying to correct it as best he can, and he comes in through his quote unquote adopted son and say, I'm making this right. I'm making this right. I'm making this right. Once again, the beats, fucking beats. And wasn't expecting that in volume 3.
Right.
And for good old Kraglin, who had been practicing with that damn arrow since volume 2 and just couldn't pull it off, and then for him for nowhere to be just basically overrun, and then all of a sudden he sees Yondu's spirit, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, just
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ready for that?
Wait a minute. No,
not that.
Nobody told me.
You got to use your heart, boy.
What? You weren't expecting Force Ghost Yondu?
Yes. That's what it was. Yondu has entered the Force, and literally just for that one split second.
Oh
Mary
my
Poppins,
god!
And made it look fashionable.
Yeah,
that part.
So you're right, Tafari. The cameo we didn't know we deserved. Like, we didn't see it coming, didn't expect it, and then when he shows up, for that brief couple of seconds, and then Kraglin was like, "All right," and he comes through,
right,
on the clutch. On a clutch, and I'm like, my guy. And the whole time prior to all of this, him and Cosmo had been poor Cosmo.
I was legitimately upset. I was upset.
He's like, nope, you're bad dog. You're bad dog.
How dare you?
But then Cosmo, good old Cosmo, comes through on the clutch for Kraglin. And smashes the villain, and he looks down at her and says, "Good dog." And I'm like, "Yeah."
that was the redemption arc.
Thank you. I was about to say that was one of the most deserving lines of the whole thing.
I knew
like the way they just set it up. I was just like, yes, yeah. Take more of my money, gun. Take more of my money. Like. I didn't know I needed that.
I'm not gonna lie. There. I hope I get to see him in San Diego and be able to tell this man thank you.
Who? Gunn?
Sean Gunn or James Gunn?
James Gunn.
I know Sean Gunn. He makes rounds.
Well, you can say Sean Gunn. Tell your brother I said thank you. How about that?
You know what? If one is there, the other one's going to be there. That's just the way it looks.
I think Sean's coming to New York Comic Con. I'm getting mine in. I'm gonna figure it out.
We'll already got a hit list on high evolutionary cosplay. So
that motherfucker better not come nowhere near this goddamn East Coast.
Not one.
I was with love.
That motherfucker
better not show your face.
Why don't you remember him from Peacemaker? How about that? Remember him from Peacemaker.
He wasn't a good guy technically either.
I mean, he was better. He was better.
I would tell you this. Chudy, I think his name is Chudy. Great actor.
Yes,
absolutely.
When you can get somebody to come in and you hate them, genuinely hate that character,
fucking rage.
This is what pissed me off. Was this? Oh, motherfucker, you.
Nigga, I know you ain't put your goddamn finger up in my goddamn face like I'm not fucking here. I know you didn't just do that to me.
Peter stood there a little too long. He said, I was just like, yo, you standing too long, my guy. You need to I know you got a plan, but you're standing there too long.
But the scene with the Sovereign, though, that was masterful. You got to love the fact he's sitting there talking much. He's talking
cash money. Them.
Cash
money. And I was here for it.
Understand that I created you and you were utter failures.
I honestly felt like that particular line was our ancestors talking to every okay, talking about
a win's a win. A win's a win.
I felt every sense that coming through, just like, and you will not disappoint me. Yes. It's like,
just like,
and that was the last time I liked that man.
You checked who you needed to check. Now you need to. So yeah, it's volume 3. Just on reviewing it on more than one occasion, you pick up notes that that were left to the wayside, or you didn't pick up on because you were just getting over another emotional hump.
That part.
Jesus Christ, 10 minutes.
Peter, I will say this, and this is genius writing, by the way. For the win. by the way, Hollywood, pay your writers. And I'm gonna tell you for so many reasons, but this is one of them. The fact that Peter acknowledges his screw up in Infinity War. He acknowledged the screw up and he moved on. And I'm like, you acknowledged it, you're forgiven. Let's go. We got work to do. I'm like,
I don't know about forgiven.
Hey, he got his pass. I was just like,
but I will say, like, okay.
The fact you say I messed up. I messed up. I'm like, okay. You acknowledge it. You did. It wasn't one of those things where you just let it go. There, I don't think there were any plot lines that were left, like just hanging.
Yeah, they wrapped them up. They wrapped them up nicely with a bow. They did wrap them up nicely.
Yeah.
I want to know who. Oh, I'm gonna forget the goddamn name now. Of course, been thinking of this name all damn day long. The person or the thing that Groot is attached to when they were in Volume 1, when they were listing all of their associates.
Oh,
there was that one. I want to say like Libations Nivea or something like that. I can't remember its name.
Okay, yeah.
I'm to the stage.
I want to know who that was.
I tell you this. Since we got him up on the stage, here we go, Groot. Good old Groot.
Go ahead, boy.
Just some of the many variations of Groot, because good Lord.
Seriously. So wait a minute. I heard that's actually not the Volume 3. That's not Groot. That's like Volume 1 was his father, and he was a seedling. So that's a different Groot.
Yeah, it's a different Groot.
Okay.
And
it's a family affair.
It's a family affair. And the fact that we get this Groot we went from frat boy Groot to this freaking behemoth down here in the bottom right. I'm like, when
bodybuilder Groot.
That's King Groot. That's King Groot right there.
That's steroid Groot right there.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a plant-based steroid right there.
For real.
I said what I said.
When him and Pete are on the High Evolutionaries, basically his bridge, and he has this plan, and the plan goes according to Peter's plan. It's never supposed to be smooth. It's none of the plans are never smooth. They just go according to plan. And then we get Octo Groot, and it just guns blazing, literally.
Bro, that was blazing.
That man pulled a page out of General Grievous' playbook. I'm like, really?
Yeah. And they were after one person, got their hands on that scientist off of that kill code. Got their hands on him, flew down, not gracefully, I think. They fell. They fell with style. They falling with style.
That was a glide. Nah, Groot deserves more than that. That was a smooth glide, man.
It was like, I think it was the crash, and the fact that they braced for the crash, and then at the same time, Gamora's crashing the ship because she doesn't know how to fly the damn thing.
Right.
And it's coming towards Pete and Groot, and Peter's like, "Yeah, that's all good. I need to get this kill code out this dude. I need to get this." And he didn't care. I'm like, "You can drown. I don't care. I need this kill code." Good stuff.
Yeah,
that was family.
Yeah.
And then these eating on both sides of the table right now.
Yep, exactly. He scalped the man, left him in a puddle, didn't flinch.
This man literally just sat there and just said, "Yoink."
But see, this is a testament to how involved they are with each other, because when we're gonna say it, when this dude shows up, when Adam Warlock shows up, and he tears ass through nowhere, Rocket takes the initial wound, and first thing Pete does is get on the ship. We need to get he's sobered up. He's sobered up quick,
real quick. Yeah.
He's sobered up quick. Sobered up quick because people were asking, that final scene, and like, well, why didn't he use his stuff? You forget this man literally just grab the keys and jacket. Let's go. He didn't check to see if he had his gear or anything. He just, my friend is in trouble. We gotta help him. We gotta go. Yep. We got. I ain't got time to look for my shit. We gotta go. And that's what he did. Family. So the fact that they were going. going.
Jump,
Like, where do we go
to
next?
Jump
to jump. Like, yo, if I recall correctly, shout out to Will Ferrell.
So many Wills.
So,
I'm like, wait, which?
Yeah, he's about to
no.
So,
that part.
When they get to the planet and we finally get Nathan Fillion, and I'm like, I knew you were going to show up again.
Yes.
And you get a much longer scene because he had a scene in the first film, but he was just the voice of an alien, and it was more like a blink you miss it. But this one, he got screen time.
Yeah.
Yep.
He got the captain got screen time. Thank God.
Hey yo, that dude he worked with need to go to HR.
bro, quick time. Because maybe should have got fired.
He was shading him so many ways.
Work with
Good
him.
God,
Wow.
I work with him. Like, yo, he's right there.
Look, but prior to that, he had said it, but he whispered it. But when he said it again and he pointed him out, I'm like,
damn.
He shaded you, boy. He shaded you hard. Like,
I mean,
he was like, yeah, the boss's nephew, and this guy over here. He doesn't understand because it's going right over.
But you right there, you're doing great. You're fine. This petty, the level of petty.
He did. The look that the nephew had was priceless. He was just like, huh? What, you talking about me? I'm just glad to be here. You know, the whole thing with the color coding system. I was
somewhere
right when they were breaking in the color coding. I was with the first leg of it. Red is green, and I'm like, okay, red is green. And then
you really tried.
They really started when they after red is green. I was just like, okay, red is green.
No, lady, I don't believe
locked
you
in.
Tried that.
You know what? All I know is black.
I tried it. Because after Mantis started going on, and Drax was agreeing with her, I'm like, I'm out.
I've been out.
You knew it was bad when Mantis said something, and Drax was like, I'm going along with this because there's going to be chaos that follows. Yeah.
It's about to go sideways, ladies.
I'm actually testing it by yelling. Just like, why are you this way?
Like, you're expressing your whole emotion, and they're all looking at you because you're all on the same channel. Like, you're like, what do you mean you guys are listening? We're all on the same channel, stupid. And I'm like,
it's painful.
Jesus.
Awkward.
Oh man.
She done dissed him in front of everybody.
Yeah. Oh my God. They were just like
she did not care. She had no feelings about it one way or the other.
I keep telling you, I don't know you. I don't care.
That was literally I'm gonna shoot my shot, and she just basically just rejected it with extreme prejudice.
The Among Us.
It really was. I kept thinking myself, somebody from Among Us is gonna sue. I'm like, y'all got everything but the word imposter right now.
Oh my God. So watching that whole thing unfold, and shout out to Nathan Fillion, and we said it on Roomful of Blurs. James Gunn has a way of working with a certain camp of people. And it's not so much that these are the people he always go for. I'm sure he does, but it's the people that work with him that say, I will work with that man again.
Man.
Again.
And clamor for it.
Yeah.
That man could ask them to just come by and do windows, and they would show up.
But the wild part was the immediate smile and joy. It was like, even Batista, I gotta give it to Batista. I gotta give it to Batista because he took the political role. Well, you know, I'd love to work with Gunn. He's actually approached me already. But whatever role he would like to give me, I'm okay with. Bruh, we know what role you're gonna be in DC. So we know what role in DC you would love to play. But you're right. Everybody who has worked with Gunn immediately turned around and said, yeah, which is why we will see the great turnover in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yo, my guy
don't let me hold you. Tafari says, "Look, give them all new costumes, and you got a Creature Commandos."
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Live action.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know we got the voice cast already. I mean, but you know, hey, not
if you change your mind or somebody gets sick.
I mean, we saw what you with Suicide Squad. Let's see you with Creature Commandos. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was happy with Suicide Squad, so that's why I can give you the green light on that.
DC is they're gonna flourish under Gunn.
As
he has the same.
As long as they listen to him.
Well, see, that's the thing. He has the same thing in place that he had with Marvel and Disney. He says, "I'm going to do this. I do not want you to touch anything."
In other words, here's the gun line, boss. You don't cross the gun line.
You don't cross the gun line.
Don't cross the gun line. That's the one rule. Don't cross the gun line.
You're wearing a suit. Who are you? Executive? No.
No.
You stand outside.
Over there.
Go watch what we do.
Yeah.
And then come back.
That's how it should be. It should have zero interference when it comes to executives thinking that they know better than talented screenwriters and directors.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Attention, all muggles. Please remove yourself from the premises. All muggles to the exit. Thank you very much for your time.
I mean, whatever this man is putting together, I'm for it. I'm here for it. I guarantee you. Before we go further into Volume 3, I'm just going to state that everything from Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad, all 3 volumes of Guardians of the Galaxy, plus the holiday special, the soundtrack going to be fire.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
If you, we not talking about Drake, and we ain't talking there.
Wait, he's got Warner Brothers music? Immediately attached.
Why are you dancing? Why are you dancing? This
He got carte
dance.
He got carte blanche.
Hey, wait a minute. I don't even know what the beat is, but it's dope. Let's go.
When he brings literally, so you know, at the end of on Volume 3, at the end, when you get everybody back home and they're on Nowhere, and you start hearing, I hear Florence and the Machine, and I'm like, yo, this is a song I haven't heard in a while. And then it sits right.
Oh, I don't want to do
it. It's perfect. It's perfect how the scene hits the low in it, and then it hits that crescendo.
It has no business, bar for bar. Even in the points when it just plays down to the music and they show Peter going home, and I'm like, how are you matching all of this up and making it work?
Really?
He did. He made Zunes cool again.
He's made Zune. You know, Zunes cool again. You know what? I was actually surprised. That was a marketing ploy that I think they missed out on.
They missed out on that number.
They missed out on that marketing ploy for that, because for Zunes to be out, I'm like, well, how did Microsoft not sit there and be like, you know, we can give it a shot.
Let's try this one. Let's try this one more again.
Sure, iPhones have got us beat, but you know, we tried the Walkman.
Yeah.
So maybe you just want.
There are definitely songs that's in this movie that I won't listen to the same way again.
Right.
Yeah.
One being No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I'm sorry. I will never. Granted, I like the Beastie Boys, always have, but I'll never hear that song the same way again. And I'm going on record, probably best fight scene next to Cap and Bucky whooping Iron Man's ass.
But you gotta love the fact it was in a hallway.
Yeah.
What is it with Marvel and hallway fight scenes?
Give them a hallway scene.
They know what they're doing.
Tight scenes.
Let's
think about Shang-Chi and the bus scene, as well.
We're all saying
it's just those tight scenes.
Yeah. How do we create this scene? Hallway, bus, somewhere contained, and then just let it loose.
Phone booth.
We're still living in that scene with Charlie Cox. Come on now.
Yeah.
Lighting is optional.
That part.
Man, that whole scene with Charlie Cox, man.
For real.
Bruh.
Right. And imagine how boring it's going to be with the hallway scene. It's going to be, when you see the hallway, the lights are going to be out on that scene. It's like, I feel bad for every Marvel henchman. Why are we doing this hallway?
It's that whole build up to that scene.
Can you
it's
imagine?
The whole build up to that scene, because they finally team back up, because when they finally get Rocket back,
yeah,
and you notice the first person Rocket asks about where's Nebula.
Mm-hmm.
That testament to their relationship because they've rocked together for the longest because when everybody else was dusted, and she sees him or she hears his voice and she Nebula breaks.
Yeah,
she ain't never broke for her sister. We ain't even counting the ship she threw at her.
Right.
She ain't never broke for her sister. She broke for Rocket when she heard his voice, and I'm like, yo, we own to something here. And then when he comes back and they all team up, and Rocket literally was just like, nah, I'm done running. I'm done running, Chief. I'm done running.
Fuck you.
That part right there, that's the part that got me. It's like, we should run. Click, click. No.
The fuck?
Nah. Rocket was just like, you know what?
Nah.
I'm done running.
Let's go.
We got
and everybody was on board too. They was like, all right, cool.
No question. No
question. Let's go.
I'm like, that's the squad you roll with. That's the squad you roll because y'all got each other's back. This entire franchise, not just the movie, the entire franchise, they got each other's back. Like they were forced together in the first time. After that, they kind of jailed. This third round, they were just like, yeah, we know we ain't got to worry about this one, that one, and it. Hell, when Peter says, y'all stay here, me and Groot are gonna go up here, and then they say, no, we about to leave because we got to go get Peter. Yo, I told y'all to wait.
Like, what? How'd you get up here? Well, we left. How'd you do it? I am Groot. You jumped. I'm like, Groot
that was your plan?
Groot slick snitch, but he was kind of proud about it.
It was cool. I had wings.
Like, it was cool. It was cool.
And it worked. It absolutely worked.
I can hear Peter now. I'm like, well, it worked, didn't it? I was just
that part was just funny to me because Groot was so proud. He's like, we landed at least. We stuck the landing.
He was very proud. So,
here's I am Groot.
You did good. Whew, that was close.
Drax Mantis on the bike.
Man.
Drax pulling the Dave Chappelle.
Ship, right?
Drax pulling the Dave Chappelle as Rick James is always going to be classic right now. That is not what that couch is for. And then why is there all this space?
Boy.
It's oblong. It's oblong.
Kept at it.
I'm like,
kept at it.
I kind of can't argue his logic. Like, he's sitting on the couch in the middle trying to find. I know what that feels like. Come on, sit down. That's the middle couch. I don't want to sit there. I don't. All
right, I'm more of an end seat.
I need to lean on stuff. I need to lean and. Can't get comfortable. I got what he was saying when he got to. I got to stretch out.
When he caught my man at the 45-degree angle, he was trying to.
Yo, he was
trying to move. If I move very slowly, I'll be invisible. He was like,
there you go. Yes.
That's classic stuff. And then the fact that High Evolutionary is like, blow it all to hell. We're done with this planet. We're blow it to hell. We're good.
That was crazy.
This just Order 66 the planet.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yeah.
A very much well executed Order 66, because I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is efficient.
You just had self-destruct bombs unplanted on the streets.
Yeah, I'm thinking. This nutbag already had the bomb. He
was already for it. He was like, I got the switch right here. I'm just waiting for the time.
I've been wanting to do this shit.
That's fact.
Yeah.
For him, it's another light show.
He was like, they're not creating anything. And I'm like, my guy, it was a dude selling meth. How did they create meth? I'm like, it was or crack, one or the other. I don't know, but
that's crazy. It's like Will said, like me and Will said, it's like it's like you had it to the point to where you had self-destruct devices right next to traffic lights. My dude, how paranoid are you?
First F-bomb in history.
Yeah,
Marvel.
In MCU history.
I literally was like, that was the one I guessed. I was like, whoa.
We finally
hit the button. Hit the button. I'm hitting the button. It looks like you're hitting the keyhole. The one underneath that one. And then now what? Pull it open. Pull it fucking open.
It's in the hole.
And this is how you know this ain't no Marvel has sat there and said we're going to cross into PG-13 plus territory now.
They're testing the waters very well.
They better test. You already know.
They better quit
for that Deadpool.
Deadpool.
So
they better
like,
quicker.
Do it.
No, like Deadpool has already been said it's gonna be rated R. So
but now
literally
be a rated R.
Literally, they sitting back there in the studios like this. Was that good?
It's like that audio guy on his last day. Well, we need to get this audio right. Well, he said the F word. I didn't hear it.
It's like 3 a.m. It was like we need to go home.
Well,
gotta
be back hit the old dusty trail.
Right. Just let it play. Just let it play. And then they play it.
What are you gonna do? Fire me again?
My check direct deposit. I'm good.
Revoke my ethnicity. What the hell?
Right. And then this is what made it worse. Drop the F-bomb, and then they go to pull off, and Peter's like, I've never driven a car. And I'm like, okay, he's not lying. He ain't lying. He got this Oldsmobile. He ain't. I'm like, yeah, that thing is whipping you all over the place, ain't it?
Man.
Yeah. But Nebula, like, you want me to drive, Peter? I can do it. Just let me do it, Peter. I promise you, I got you on the car, Peter.
He's like, no.
It's just the whole view Gamora had from the top of the ship, and you just see that car just.
she has so many shake her head moments. She was like, ooh. So the other me was here for all of this. Yeah, I'm going back to the Ravagers. I stayed. I actually love that big goof.
You know,
I will say that when he's trying to convince Gamora, you know, and then she's like, it sounds more like her. She's talking about Nebula. I'm glad that's one of the only teases we got.
Yeah.
Because now he's looking at Nebula and she's like, don't look at me like that. He's like, well, my father gave me these eyes. He was like, well, he picked a nice color of black. And I'm like,
I was like, don't smash the homies. Don't
smash the homies.
But the wild part was there was moments that Peter and Gamora just looked at each other, especially when he thought he blew up Adam Warlock. And that moment where it's like, oh yeah, I activated the self-destruct sequence. That's why I jumped inside the ship. And that one moment, you just literally just heard sploosh. Them eyes lit up, and it was a straight sploosh moment. Like, okay, I see. I can see how. She had that moment of
there's some moments, little inkling, like that. Not quite a tingle, but it's something.
She had that look of. She had that look like I'm not. She had that look from being disgusted to interested. Like, okay, there might be something to
I just hope it doesn't happen. I hope they just tease it, but it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. I'm glad it doesn't happen, but their entire relationship, the entire crew, their relationship, which and we told Lady Mandalore in Room Full of Birds is little. It's Straw Hat energy.
I'm sorry.
I know you'll never watch it, but it is. It's literally Straw Hat energy. It's.
And we've
I'm watching it now, and he's not wrong.
You said what?
I may watch it one day, but I've never watched it, so I
is not wrong.
That's where me and you different.
I can accept it one day because
I'm caught up on it.
This is why I accept one day, because one day you're gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be kind of stuck, and you're gonna be rationalizing it, and then you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna try one episode.
How many years of this writer's strike do we have to get through before I go to that level of?
Oh, you'll probably get through a good portion of the series by the time they get to figure this out.
It's gonna be a while. This writer's strike and the fact that SAG may be joining them very soon with that strike pending. Yeah, that means ain't nothing getting made.
I will be reading all of the books. I promise.
Like Florida.
Cinematic Assassin is just like, and now my time has come.
The ringing of the hand.
Oh, yes.
This man finna come out the smoke like he's the next Darth Vader. So
he's gonna have the lights, the billowy cloak. He was just like, so I understand you need a script written. Smoke effects and all.
I'm gonna be like the oils man that come back past the barbershop. I'm gonna just have the
oils.
So you Static script. Hold on.
Not DVD man.
No.
DVD man.
Not DVD man.
Not the DVD man.
Wait, hold on. No, they're gonna be like this. He was like the damn static in his TV. Oh, you said something about static. I got this static right here for you. Bam.
Come through. I got what scripts you need. I got daytime. I got anime. I got manga. I got reality.
I'm sorry. Did you say dick time?
Yo, I can see Will doing that. Will doing straight around Paramount. Man, we ain't got no scripts. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. Shaw's a sunset. I can see you.
Shaw's a sunset.
Wow. Wow.
He was like, "It's gonna be that one person." It's gonna be that one person in the barbershop. Like, man, I don't watch all of that. Oh, so you saying you like skin flicks? Got you that soup sauce.
Booty Warrior 2, the
Revenge of the Booty Warrior.
Volume 5.
He's like, I got you covered. I got you covered. So
not
Y'all are terrible.
This is what. Hey,
no. Will's terrible because he hasn't denied any of it.
You know what?
Hey,
He's not wrong. He hasn't
You know
denied
what?
any of it.
Lady?
Hold on. He literally,
time to shine.
Lady?
look. He's literally like this. So right here on this whiteboard over here, we got all of this. On the other side is the stuff that's not for children.
Right.
The check's clear.
It's like it's gonna say exactly that. He was like, and at the bottom under 3 lines, it's gonna say, "Did the checks clear?" And that's what you wanted to say.
You know what? That's the name of Will's Will's studio promotions. Checks Clear Productions.
Checks.
If the check clears.
Look, he's writing it down right now. Like,
like what else can we write? Brown Chicken Brown Cow Incorporated.
CCP. That sounds
LTD, LLC.
Got the floating paper. That's the check.
Not the Dick Wolf. Not the Dick Wolf.
If you have no fear, did the check clear?
Ooh, that sounds like a nice little jingle.
Look at that.
Yes.
You see how like minds get together and make it happen.
It's scary.
Always.
That's what that is.
It's
Oh my God.
Scary.
That's what he said. When in doubt, blame Will. Been working since freshman.
Dang.
So man.
That,
so we've covered the soundtracks of Volume 3 and 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously the relationships between all these characters, but you can never get enough of the emotion that each one of these characters and each one of these moments brought.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that they introduced Adam Warlock, and at first I was slightly upset, like he was underutilized. But then I realized, I'm like, that's a throwaway. It's a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of like that you made us go another direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because you took all the focus off who the main bad guy. We were like, well, who's the bad guy? High Revolutionary or is Adam Warlock? What's going on? And here it is. Adam Warlock, you stay over there. You still a baby anyway. You're a baby. Because Mr. Evolutionary, we got some words for you, my friend. When he's
all 4 letters.
Oh yes. George Carlin said it best. We got the whole list and it's ready. They're in the chamber, ready. And there's variations we can use as well. So when he's going off and he's blowing up at Rocket and saying he's vermin, he's this, he's that, he's throwing him around and everything else, Rocket activates his gravity boots.
Mm-hmm.
And says, my name is Rocket Raccoon. Once again, Black Air Force energy. He lets off the first shot. Everybody else follows suit.
Yeah. You was that was a Mortal Kombat fatality that just watched. Like, God.
Like, oh no, you don't get to get up. You don't.
No, stay down, motherfucker. I put you down the first time. I'm gonna do it again.
Stay down. Stay down.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't hear MOP Annie up at that time. Just get that fool.
I heard it in my head. I'm not lying. I heard that shit right in my head.
Now I got to figure out I gotta find that scene and do it in.
I'm putting.
I gotta see that. I need to see that.
There we go.
It's
whoop
gonna
that
happen.
trick. One of the
I mean, it was just everybody got shot. I mean, when you hear everybody got it's like, God, every shot was worse than the next one.
Yeah. He was like, hold on. I ain't get my good one in. I
was like, did we
right back at it?
And then you see Rocket tag back in like it's a wrestling match. Like, wait a minute.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was.
I gotta get mine. I'm gonna let you get yours, but I gotta finish getting mine.
And I'm like, damn, you could have put any kind of song that got you amped up to this one. Somebody had actually put on TikTok and they used the Guardians theme song. And I'm like, that's all good and all. But right now, you need something that really gets you going. And I'm like, yeah, MOP just might be the answer for that.
And that was the right. Well, I mean, it was a little bit earlier in the time period, but he could have put that in there.
Yeah.
He could have put that in there. I would have respected
in there. That'd have been dope.
Oh man.
I was expecting the sounds of silence on that beat down. Just hello, darkness, my old friend. I was expecting that.
The fact that he said it, the fact that they all whooped his ass. And then Gamora, she comes in. She's just like, you know what? And I kept looking at this little prosthetic piece the entire movie, and I'm like, did somebody forget something in the editing department? I just, and here was, oh, you did that on purpose. Because then you're like, now this is torture. Boom.
And then
I'm like, oh,
you saw the fatality afterwards.
That shit gangster. That's
like that was the point. I was like, oh, James Gunn, like, really, he's that guy. He gave us an F-bomb. In part 2, he gave us the robot hookers, and like now he straight up peeled somebody's face off. Like, oh, okay, he's taking us to the next level of Marvel. He's evolving.
He pulled you over. He pulled you to the other side.
I'm telling you, I don't want to see another continuation of this particular group. Or the next iteration that they have. I don't want, unless he's behind it. It's one of these things where you're just like, I can't see him no other way because he's good. I've watched his work. He's good. He's freaking amazing. I can't see you matching that up.
Well, nobody can touch that franchise anymore after him. That's why they're doing individual ones now, because there's nobody that's gonna do it.
Yeah, right. We're not gonna see another Guardians for quite some time. It's just not gonna happen. Just
the mouse is gonna have to go ahead and wine and dine this one. He's like, look, you did this for us before, where you worked for us and then you did a DC project.
We just had a slight misunderstanding. Some earlier tweets, but we
let me.
They gonna give it to your boy.
Here's.
But you got to pay me, ho. You ain't gonna get it. You got to pay me.
One of them things.
The price done one.
Yeah, it went up.
Yeah.
I can hear Gunn just sitting there with his wine, just.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. This whole franchise, this whole series has been fantastic. But when I first heard that Guardians was coming out, and I think Chris can relate to this more than anything else. When you hear Guardians, the first thing you think of was the original team in the comics.
Charlie 23,
Charlie 13, Vance Astro, Martin X, Yondu.
Yep.
And I was hoping that there was going to be an appearance somewhere of that, because I already know what Disney's formula was and how they were going to do it. They're going to introduce the modern version, but pay homage to the team that came before. And I thought that would have been dope. But when they didn't do it, I said, okay, you didn't need to do it, but it would have been nice. You could just sprinkled it in,
And then, and then in volume 2.
Oh yeah, and we see it.
I was just like, I'm like, ooh. I was that Leo DiCaprio scene. I'm like, ooh,
yeah, ooh. You start seeing all of them come back.
Yeah,
I'm like, So that tells you Gunn is obviously a fan. This is by, and this is why we've always said it. Like, the people that's in the upper echelon that has access to all this stuff to make things happen, when they really care about it, and they have the pathway to get it there, and the structure,
it's undeniable.
It is. It's undeniable. Give them a blank check.
It's amazing what happens when you get folks who understand it, who read it, and can write it. It's always been the big difference. This is the reason why you will probably get a faster Guardians of the Galaxy than you will a second Eternals.
Jesus Christ. Nobody's asking for a second Eternal.
Okay, don't do that because I enjoyed that. Don't do that.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
The only reason why we're gonna
hang on a second, because here's what I'll say. Eternals wasn't a bad movie. However, it wasn't a memorable movie. Like some movies, when you look at them, we all know replay. Look, real quick, we all know replay value. That replay value depends on what makes the movie successful. Can you watch it again in
if it's quality? Yeah,
right. Yeah. So if you look at Marvel movies for what we have right now, can you name 3 movies more than likely are one and dones? Even though every Marvel movie has been profitable, there's at least 3 movies that you probably are good with only seeing one and never seeing again.
Eternals one, you're right.
Or 4.
Yeah. Or more than 3. I'm just
Iron Man 2.
Thor 2.
But that's what I'm saying.
Thor Dark World. Yep, Thor Dark World. Sorry.
Dark World.
Not Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3.
But don't get me wrong about Eternals.
I could watch Iron Man 3 before I can watch Iron Man 2.
Damn.
3. I'll be forever mad.
I'll watch Iron Man before I watch. Did she just really?
Yeah, she clocked out.
Really?
Literally, she was like, I can't even. I'm done.
What? Wow.
I can understand about
makes sense.
Because you gave us literally the greatest Iron Man enemy, and you turned him into a joke.
It's okay.
But who hates Trevor
I thought the
Slattery,
Iron Man
really?
2 was very
nobody. Nobody.
It's Ben Kingsley.
I mean, you can't hate on Ben Kingsley. But I just hate the fact that how in the world do you give us somebody who is
they tried to correct it.
They
tried to correct it. They tried to correct it in Shang-Chi. They tried to correct it.
I thought it was a bad job even with that one too.
Keyword tried, because when they introduced Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin and I was excited and I saw who he was, I said, can I please go to the studio and punch someone in their fucking face?
Because you can tell that that did not have that. I say it like this: Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 were not directed by the original creator of Iron Man 1. You can tell because directions are different. And I hated that because Iron Man 1 was great and 2 and 3 could have been better. But again, it goes back to who's writing it, who's scripting it. That's why I said the Eternals wasn't bad, but it should have been written more toward the comic source.
Thank you, my man. Thank you.
I mean, it was more like what would happen if the Academy Awards got a hold of a comic book.
Look, by that time, the only people that we truly cared, the only people we cared about in the Eternals was Gilgamesh, Athena, and I can't think of Icarus.
But why is that though?
Two of them black.
And Klingo.
That's the key parts.
That was funny.
They made it really hard in Eternals for you to really be involved with the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying really hard to just
but that's the thing I'm getting at. It's when you can make the characters, number one, you can humanize with them and you can make them relatable. If you can do those two things out of any story, it becomes more memorable versus the other side. Because like you said, Eternals is a great example. Out of Gilgamesh, Athena, and Icarus, nobody was looking at Phastos. And that was the smartest dude of the bunch.
The only question everybody had for him was like, so you seen what was happening? Why?
And could have prevented it. Could have prevented it.
It's the literal side eye. I'm like, dude.
But I mean, that's the point I'm getting at. That's why Guardians is so good. That's why, aside from the fact, like, okay, when it first started, it was unknown. But come on, Yondu, when seeing Yondu as a quote unquote bad guy when he really wasn't, he was misunderstood, turned out to be, redeemed and actually revered in the end. Mm-hmm. And then Ego, the Living Planet. How do you make somebody who is probably the biggest dick in the MCU and you liked him for a little bit? You actually liked him for a little bit.
Yeah, Yondu. You're just like, damn, you're a dick. And then you meet Ego. You're like, you know what, Yondu, you're fine. You're okay. You're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The Sovereign, you basically turn them into an arcade type race. Rememberable. You pretty much did, because let's be honest, how many of y'all looked at the Sovereign when they were all on those drone-like things and you immediately thought of every arcade place you've ever been to?
Arcade, Ender's Game. I was thinking of a bunch of stuff.
I definitely thought Ender's Game. Definitely that one.
Mm-hmm. I was we got Ender's Game vibes going on here. I like this.
Yeah, but it worked. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The big thing is just like it's how you write them. It's how you make them relatable to the audience. If you do that, that's the big difference. That and the killer soundtrack. Let's be honest, soundtracks make the movies too.
Soundtracks make the characterization also.
Yeah, that's also true.
I'm gonna tell you something about his soundtracks. He knows he must. One, you can tell he's a fan of good music, flat out. To know what kind of music to put with each scene takes a lot of work. And the fact that he's getting that and he knows that, and he was like, yeah, in this particular scene, watching Florence from Florence and the Machine watch this movie and then see that scene and she's crying. She's crying because she's hearing her song. And then it's like, you're already crying because it's such an intense scene. How did you make that work? Like, I would love to have a sit down with James Gunn.
Speaking of existence. Hey,
I want to have a sit. And I'm like, and not even talk about, what you write next, what you're working on next. Of course, I want to know, but
of course you do.
But at the same time, I'm like,
Superman Legacy.
The music, my God. I can't wait to see what the music he has for that.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Oh,
then
God.
And he's not gonna have that what is it, that common Superman goddamn song that everybody puts in every Superman fucking movie known to man. No, never be crazy now. Will you still call?
Oh, God,
doing that.
Oh, now he's not gonna do that.
He's not doing
that. That's too contrite for him.
That did get overplayed a lot.
Yeah.
That's how you get punched in the face, literally.
It could be worse.
You choosing
like, how you doing, Superman? Done.
You can get a thing from Smallville playing at the beginning of Superman Legacy and be like, okay, I'm not against it, but let's
see where you're going with this, But I would love to sit down and be like, dude, how do you find the music that you're looking for your scenes? I see why your hair is all white now. I get it.
I feel like
he's all white.
I feel like he's the type of person. He's the type of person to hear a song and even before he has the movie written, he has an image of something that goes along with it. So I think he has that music laid out for years before he's even finished the script.
I can see that
because it inspires a feeling that you want. Yeah.
He's going for certain modes, and because I swear that scene where they're all in the Among Us suits, I was thinking Beatles. Like I'm waiting for a Beatles soundtrack to drop right now. Just something. And
I thought Hey Jude was gonna start playing
something. I
didn't get that. I don't know. Sorry. I didn't get that feeling from him though. Genius. He is a god. Bow before him. That is all I know.
And then I'll just say this. After we interview, I'll be in a movie. Right. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just saying.
I'll be doing nothing in the background.
Facts.
I mean, if you're gonna bring back Milestone,
there's
always Blood Syndicate.
Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, hardware. I'm just saying, Icon.
He did say
Icon and Rocket.
Man,
he has plans.
Mm-hmm.
He wants static, which means you get the Dakota verse.
Look, that one kid is straight up. That's all I'm saying. That what's his face? Caleb something. I forgot his last name. That kid.
Caleb McLaughlin. Yeah.
Like that kid
I would say this.
Older.
Please don't screw this up with Milestone. I tell you, I will burn down every theater. Do not screw this up.
That'll be the one. That'll be
violence.
Look, that'll be the one thing that has the
like
blur
the One
community.
Piece.
Like they would just that blur community would be like this.
Maybe
with you.
New Gamora.
That you know what? I think I'll be honest with you.
Waiting.
If we ever saw news, aside from if we ever see the first scenes of Milestone characters being put in, I think that's the catalyst. I'm gonna be dead honest. This may be coming from a crazy person, but I think that's the catalyst to get more people who realize they're blurs to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you saw what happened with Black Panther, and I still love the fact that no matter what they say, I love the fact of how many people was really pushing.
It created a lot of fans.
Everybody else to go see it. Yeah, I love the fact that they were pushing people to go see it, and some people bought out movie theaters for other people to go see it. Imagine doing the same thing for Milestone characters.
You're not for nothing. The superhero scene, especially movies, have been whitewashed for so long.
Yes.
That when you have the chance to throw a melanated cast who can show their chops, who can tell a story, who can bring characters to the screen that are memorable, Black Panther proved that. Okay, so now let's step out of the comfort zone and let's go for something that has been proven time and time again. Let's do this, okay? And don't be so afraid of what the public is going to say, because you know what? Not everybody's going to be happy with it. It's fine.
The fact that they keep saying that superhero fatigue is a thing. It's not superhero fatigue. It's good storytelling.
I have been saying this shit for a fucking decade.
Thank you.
I've only known you for a year. Don't yell at me.
But the thing they try to do, especially the Wakanda Forever with the guy who played Namor, he came out and said it, that someone higher up sat there and said that full cast of people of color cannot make successful movies, and Wakanda Forever grossed $500 million.
And he is now working as a barista in a Starbucks. Thank you very much.
So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I would love to see those stories. I would love to see those stories.
That part.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
And you see the influence of black actors and black superheroes, because you can go to the cons and you see these little white kids. They are portraying black heroes.
And
they see something cool. They know it's cool, and they want to be a part of it.
And it scares the Rescue Warriors, and I love it. It scares them so. Oh, it scares them so, and I love it.
My shirt tells exactly how it makes me feel. Yes, my shirt. Yes.
Pelvic sorcery.
Right.
Yo.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
We have two more people. We have two more castmates.
No, do not.
I'm
sorry.
So we'll do Mantis. I thought I had Drax up there. I really did. So we'll do Mantis.
So happy they brought her to the screen.
Mantis.
And
now her comic book counterpart has a very complicated.
That's the word we're going with.
That's the word we're
going with.
Yeah, that's the word we got to work with right now.
All right.
The dictionary ain't long enough for the word. She has a very complicated history, but I like the fact that they brought her to the screen. Juxtaposition, right? They brought her to the screen, and I like that Nebula, in one scene, looks at Mantis and Drax and says they are the most useless people on the team, and literally the next scene, you're wrong,
man.
You're so wrong. When they're trying to break those kids out. And in Drax, in typical Drax fashion, he's talking to the kid. I had a little girl like you. I'm like, God,
right back.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
and he
God,
starts.
can I breathe?
Right.
That part. It got to a point where almost
like,
every other minute you were crying and laughing.
Yeah, he's like, my little girl, like when I did monkey sounds, and he starts doing the robot, and I'm like, okay, this is Drax, whatever. And then he stops and he bends down and he starts talking their language. I'm like, whoa. My guy
did it again.
You did it again. Right, you did it again. And Nebula looking at him like,
the fuck?
Why didn't you tell us you could talk their language? And he looked at her and he's like,
you ain't asked.
Did you
even look in my general direction?
I'm literally in the theater like,
fair point. You assume that Drax was empty-headed, and at the same time, he's like, you assumed it. You never tried. You never even thought about asking me. I'm like, I did have kids.
And his goofiness is just red herring big time, because if you look at Drax in the comics, this man is an absolute beast.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's showing up and showing out in so many projects. He's not taking the Dwayne Johnson route. He's like, no, I want some roles.
He wants to be a serious actor.
And I'm like, this dude's on to something. And I haven't seen a performance by him that I've been disappointed in.
Citizen Kane starring Dave Bautista.
I mean,
at this point, he was like, if you want, let him be Lex. Let's see what he brings.
If he wants to be Lex Luthor, I'm not against it. That's a big ass Lex Luthor, though, but I'm not against it.
Kira's got a theory.
No. I don't have a theory. I have a statement, I guess, about the whole making Drax forget. The very first time him and Mantis meet, and she touches him to see how he feels, the amount of tears that girl was it's therapeutic. It's not meant to escape culpability or any responsibility for the way that they made him feel. He feels horrible all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And why if she can take a little bit away from that, granted that particular scene is not the best time to do it, but they have a mission to fulfill. So let's skip this. We don't mean what we're saying. Let's just get past this, and we'll clearly it was proven in the next scene. Everybody felt like shit anyway. So it's I didn't like it, but I understand.
Yeah. And I love seeing these two characters together. Ever since the Christmas special, really it was funny in Volume 2, but ever since the Christmas special, I'm like, I could go for more of this. Just crazy.
It was cute. It was definitely cute.
Brian and Stewie.
Yeah, Brian and Stewie.
Brian and Stewie, Marvel verse.
Intercourse with you.
Pelvic sorcery.
Wow, you nailed that.
Yeah. But it's fun seeing those two together, and when they're all back on Nowhere, Mantis she has the creatures and she walks away with them, and I'm like, oh, you're leaving your brother because your brother's leaving, so okay. And then but you focus on Drax, and he has a look like, I actually liked you. I'm watching you leave. And then he turns around and has that somber moment, and he's amongst all those kids, and he starts dancing, and I'm like, damn it, he's a dad again.
Right.
I remember for him, Dances is for Idiots as well. So
yeah,
Dances is for Idiots. Yep.
Dances is for Idiots. And,
so it was
Nebula,
a full term moment.
Yeah, Nebula realizes, like, even then when they're all starting to go their separate way, even Nebula says, she's like, I need you here. We're building a civilization, and I need you. And she realizes he's a father figure that he didn't know he was. That he talks about his family all the time,
and yet he said that my time to shine. He's about to be the Bill Cosby of Nowhere at this point.
Poor words. Poor words.
Let's not do that.
We'll say Carl Winslow.
We'll say Heathcliff Huxtable. How about that?
Heathcliff
Uncle Phil. I got to correct you.
I love his comedy. That's never gonna go away. But that's beside the point.
That's facts.
I said what I said. Okay.
So, not for the children.
Philip Banks. There we go. Philip Banks. That makes more sense. Philip Banks.
Before we get out of here, we'll close this up. Since we're on Nowhere and we're final scene, we get Peter finally going home. And he's going to his grandfather, whom we know is in volume 2. If you have a very keen eye, he's kind of like the only 2 people on the screen is his grandfather, and whom I'm assuming is his new wife.
Yeah.
Or home attendant.
One or the other.
I think she felt like home attendant.
She's
giving home attendant vibe.
It was giving home attendant vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, grandpa.
Damn.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I know the quills are smooth, but not that smooth.
Indentured servant got it.
Peter, I think, could definitely pull a black girl.
That quill chart going to the Black Forest and get lost.
Hey.
Listen.
Hey.
So
Pawpaw Quill, that pelvic sorcery, you don't know.
You never know. I mean, it's in the bloodline.
Intercourse with
it's in the bloodline. He get it from his daddy and his granddaddy. I mean, who knows?
I come from a long line of pelvic sorcerers.
Right. But he walks in, and without a second beat, the woman says, "Oh yeah, he's right here." And she walks in. He walks in. You see the pictures of him and his mother, just pictures all over the wall, and it just waves. It hits him like, damn.
But real quick, can we not notice the fact that woman did not ask multiple questions after asking that one name?
No, she didn't. Because that means the grandfather talks about this boy a lot.
Yeah.
I just not thought about that. I'm like, you just gave a name and she said right this way. I said, all for security purposes. I could have just been there just to take him out.
Yeah. She knew something. She knew she knows enough.
I mean, it's still a wholesome scene, don't get me wrong, but the back of my mind, I'm like, you didn't ask enough qualifying questions. It's me.
Say that's not enough. You didn't ask the hard-hitting questions. Where's the microphone? You didn't hit the hard-hitting questions. I need to know who are you? What are you here for? No, he walks in and his grandfather looks up without question. He knows that's his grandson.
Mm-hmm.
And everything just melts away. He like that means that man has never. Number one, Pete knew where to find him.
Right.
Yeah.
So he obviously never left that house.
Mm-hmm.
He goes there, sees him on sight. He's like, you don't even. He pretty much like, you don't even have to tell me who you are. I know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking for you for what, 30 years, maybe.
Yep.
Wondered what happened to you. Dealing with the loss of your mother, my daughter, having to bury her. You're not there.
Well, shit, no. It closer to 40 plus years. Because it was 34 years later in volume 2, plus the 5 years.
Yep.
Yeah, so he
Guardians. Yes, I do. I pay attention. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that now.
You go, girl, Kira.
They ain't gonna tell me.
This moment's been brought to you by Lady Mandalore.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, see, Tafar, you're right.
Fuck your feelings.
It was his last memory of his grandfather was his grandfather yelling at him to get out of the room. And in a kid's eyes, you're losing your mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's an emotional hit, number one. And then to have someone yelling out at you to get out the room, it's going to sound angry because that person is feeling all the emotions. Say it, Lady Mandalore. Say it.
As I just watched this whole thing over, that man did not yell at that boy, not at all. He picked him, he just took him out of the room. And it's that whole, it does give that whole child's memory thing when you have all those emotions. He did not yell at that boy at all. He just moved him out of the room.
I think he said something to the effect of wait out here or something like that.
Yeah, but he said it like, I'm trying to. You can't be in here for this right now. Like it wasn't even like
that was moment
from a kid's perspective.
It's a moment of being powerless. You're not allowed to be here. It's not even in your power because someone's making you remove yourself.
Right.
That's so interesting from a kid's perspective. You say that, but then from an adult perspective, almost everybody but Kira, because she watched it, thought the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bought into it.
Yep.
And
Believe him straight on sight because it's his memory. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's his memory.
And all he has is that last painful memory of I lost my mother. Everything else was a blur. Everything else was an absolute blur. I don't remember anything. I don't want to remember anything. I don't know. Why would I want to stay there? It's the last place. My mother died. No one wanted me there. That ain't the case, my guy.
Yeah. Then you
actually ran out of there. You like after you were put out in the hallway, you actually left out of there.
The wild part is I got Rambo Last Blood vibes from that. Like when at the end he goes back to his father. It's like, why do I feel like you just went? It's like it's kind of like you went back thinking nobody was there, realizing you did have one connection left. And
yeah, he didn't run out the room. He ran out of the hallway, out the hospital. His grandfather put him out the room. Yeah, so it's too many emotions in that scene. But the fact that
healing.
It's this. That's what it is, and the reason why everybody has the emotions attached. It's not just the music. It wasn't just the music. It was there. No one died.
Right.
It's wild. Shit is wild.
We lost people in the first two films, but other than that, no one died. There was a threat of death,
but it
constantly
wasn't carried out.
Yeah. But it wasn't carried out. But the fact that they all lived and moved on to new adventures, new lives, whatever. And we're just like, Gunn said, this is the last of the Guardians as you know them. And they did. They essentially, is breakup a word for this?
It's more like the end of
we go several ways.
It's a parting of ways.
It's a parting
of ways. Several
divesting. Divesting of interests.
Oh my God, the amount of time we thought somebody was really gonna bite it.
That part.
Oh my God. And then
shit. Rocket fucking died. He came back.
He died.
Rocket died.
Rocket most of his time in the afterlife. He's like, I want to go into that. It's not your time. He's like,
I was waiting on that line. It was the only thing I was right about. I was waiting on that line. I was waiting on that line.
He's like, it's not your time, raccoon. I'm not a raccoon. That was a little bit petty.
It's not your time, raccoon. Yeah, on that note, I'm not a raccoon.
Right, just the whole full bag. And then the realization.
This ain't the time for that argument, my guy.
Although I'm sure about the fact when he finally saw his nameplate, he's like, that nameplate where it's like animal type, and he just sees, he goes, All right.
Here's another thing. Here's another thing
right,
people didn't pick up on. He had AP193 on his chest. But after he dies and comes back and they throw the med pack on, it's not there. It's healed. He's healed. It's burned away. It's healed.
Interesting.
It's literally Rocket full circle of accepting who he is and not something defining him.
Right.
Because he's been running from the fact of who he was all his life. He's a raccoon. You've been running from that all your life.
Yeah.
Not that you're just this thing to be. God, dog, I keep thinking of Volume 2 when they're all on nowhere drunk. And he's like, you called me vermin. You called me a fake. You called me a rat. And I'm like, Lila was right. This story was yours the entire time.
Brilliant piece of writing.
Absolutely.
Trash Panda will still go down in history. That's still a very funny one. I'm sorry. Trash Panda.
Agreed.
It's bad.
Agreed.
It's bad,
no,
but
it's bad.
It's bad, but it's so good. But yeah. Saw his name. His instincts did kick in. His instinct kicked in. None of them got left behind. He said, we can't leave anybody behind. We can't. He said, I can't do this again.
All right.
And now I have the means. We getting everybody leaves. Everybody leaves.
I just love that part where he's like, you see the whole stampede coming this way.
I was like,
and once again, the team is saying, you said, what, Will?
I was like, I wanted him to get like a duffel bag or something because I was like, you're not going to be safely carrying all them little babies in your little tiny raccoon hands. You gotta.
They have opposable thumbs. They have opposable thumbs,
and they hold on to the fur.
They hold on to the fur because I mean they all latched onto the back. Like, oh, they good.
Yeah. But the fact that he tells the team, yet nobody gets left behind, and they slightly questioned it, but then they turned around and were like, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Call shots. Let's get out of here. And Pete, before he leaves out of here, going for that zone because prior to that,
right there.
He goes for that. And he goes out there and he makes the jump, makes the leap, and I'm like, fuck, not Pete. Fuck, not Pete.
It's like of all the people.
I'm like, everybody made this transition, this circle of completion. I'm like, not Pete. And then Adam Warlock, who's given a second chance, comes in with the clutch, saves him, and after he comes back in to nowhere, the first thing Pete says, "Did that look cool?" I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Priorities. So you gonna go out.
Good to know you got a sense of humor.
And what was I always forget what the name of the painting is, but they did do the David.
Yeah, the David.
Is it David?
Yeah.
Isn't it the hand of God or touch of God or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Hand of God.
Hand of God. He actually had to leave his helmet behind because when Rocket was initially wounded, they hightailed it out of there. No Rocket boots, no mask, no nothing. He was out. Yes. Yes, High Evolutionary was carried out. It's been confirmed that he was carried out in a deleted scene. He was carried out.
Oh, they should show that.
Yeah. Besides, it's Marvel. Unless you see a body, unless you see a body,
it don't count.
The hard trope.
Wait.
Like, I mean, you figure Rocky would have pulled the trigger and then he stopped himself and he said, "Up, no, we not."
And he a better one because I would have pulled that trigger so fast. He a better one, yo.
The level of just like, but why?
It was literally Red Hood energy. It was just like Red Hood, said, "I didn't tell you to kill all of them, Batman. Just that one.
Just the one.
Just him. The rest of them will fall in line."
Wait, they carried him out, but did they bring his face?
Probably not.
That face is probably sitting on that face is probably a nice little burger from Cosmos right now.
Right now, that's the new Skeletor. Okay. That's the new Skeletor.
He's sitting on the tip with a full ski mask.
That was like a facelift with a Botox gone wrong. Just
Meanwhile, on Vormir, Red Troll is just like, yeah, I know what that's like.
Oh shit.
I kind of wonder what he's gonna do if they keep him in prison on Nowhere. My brain is running with conspiracy theories. If he could possibly
he'll be back.
It's all over your face.
If they ever do, and this is just me in hopes, if they ever reach out to Gunn and say, "Hey, we want to revisit these characters, not as a whole team, but just kind of like building up the new team that we seen leaving out, but still involve the previous characters. We want you in."
I mean, with the legendary Star-Lord returning, that's either going to be exactly like the comic or it's going to be a variant. It's one of the two. Either it's the comic versus the variant.
Because they're not done.
They could also be kind of setting up Civil War 2.
Yeah.
They could.
Technically, Captain.
I think it's further out.
But you have to get then you have to have an Iron Man variant.
I mean, why not? I mean, technically,
you must have the multiverse, so I mean,
you could have a superior Iron Man. I just not thought about that. You could have superior Iron Man and Captain Marvel beefing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little what if all across the board. Literally a what if.
But I'm gonna call it High Evolutionary is gonna be back in Secret Wars. I'm calling it.
That's too soon.
It's Marvel. It's always too soon. We're
not wrong.
We're hoping that Kane is gonna be whole in that whole fiasco, but you know how that's gonna go.
Listen, they should get
he gonna get replaced.
Kang should get
I don't think so.
I think they're gonna replace him.
They mighty quiet in the King circle right now. Mighty quiet.
But you know why? Because thankfully they learned their lesson after they jumped the gun too fast with James Gunn. I really didn't mean it. I swear to God, I didn't mean it.
You thought about it before you said it. That's what you chuckled.
I did. I was like, "Ooh, I don't have another way to say this," but they did.
I just watched it unfold before my very eyes. It's like,
boy, it was like a bad train wreck. It's like,
pull the brake, Bob.
You're right. Disney did learn their lesson with James Gunn about previous tweets, and then realizing that
I think this is a little bit different for two reasons. It's Black. Okay, and what happened? This is not a tweet. If this is goes from alleged to actual, it's a little bit different.
It's gonna be a problem.
It just doesn't look good. That's why, as much as and we were all rooting. That's what hurts my heart. It's like we were all rooting for you. I feel like right back with Obi-Wan. You were the chosen one.
As many times as I've shared that scene.
It's Tyra. It's Tyra in Top Model.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Give it Anakin.
Yeah.
All right.
The hell you say?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not like Terrence Howard. I mean,
here's the thing.
Man,
and shout out to Black Gay Comic Geek because he didn't do a full review yet, but he's given his review a little bit. His teaser. He says, Ezra Miller aside.
Thank you.
I mean,
I did the same thing in my review. It was like, okay, stop focusing on the actor. Let's see.
Ezra Miller aside.
We won't call it the Flash. It's just, as Chris said, we will call it Batman and Friends.
Batman and Friends. Yeah, that's what it's from here on forth. It will consider me Batman and Friends. I will not step down from that. I will die on that hill.
I laugh at the fact that all these critics coming out saying that'll make you forget everything he's done.
No,
I like
that bullshit. That's that bullshit.
Who gonna forget?
I ain't forget. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna still be thinking, "Oh, that's the one that did all that stuff to them kids, and in Hawaii."
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, and look, Michael
that's
Keaton.
a fact.
I know you fucking lying. Exactly.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I wish people stop thinking that we can't differentiate fiction from real life and we can't separate the two. Okay, you're a trash individual. I want to see what this happens with Barry. I want to see the story. I want to see the movie. That's what I want to see.
That's how I feel about it. It's like I still Flash is still one of my favorite characters in DC. I still slick hope before Gunn took over, because the Flash was a thing before he was officially over. I still want it to do well. As much as he's a part of it, I still want it to do well. I still want to see Michael Keaton back in the cowl again. I want to see what they do with Kara as Superman. I want to see what they do with the timeline. I still hope that at the end of it all, that Ezra Miller is no longer the Flash. That's my hope. But
Keaton and the Crew sounds like an 80s sitcom.
That sounds like Welcome Back Cotter.
Keaton and the Crew. It's like Welcome Back Cotter.
The Ta-Nehisi Coates, Black Panther and the Crew. Black Panther and the Crew. Shout out to Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yes. For real.
It feels like a TGIF.
A short-lived series, but a damn good
one. It
does.
Exactly.
Man.
So, Guardians Volume 3. Screw it. Guardians Volume 1 through 3. Ratings 1 through 10. Start with Lady Mandalore.
Why you gotta put me first?
Ladies first. Don't start. Don't start.
Okay, fine. I'll put Lady first. Lady, you go first.
See, now you like how you like it.
The other lady
I
first.
I love it. Listen, it's a solid, and it got better every time. I'm gonna give it as a whole. I'm gonna give it a 9. As a whole.
Got it. Lady Mandalore.
It's a 9. It's a 9.
Cinematic Assassin.
I gotta go 10 because I think I gave the first one 5 out of 5 stars, and I feel like they kept getting better. So like,
whole face.
I don't.
I'm shocked.
And
Here, turn off the camera.
They they didn't do the Disney thing and have Star Lord and Gamora end up together at the end.
Yeah.
Like I was like, please don't be corny and do this, and they did not do it, and I was like, yes.
Wait, what did you say that they didn't do it? What the end?
They did the what?
They didn't hook. Gamora and Star-Lord didn't hook up.
I agree with that, and also Drax.
They were gonna have Disney ending. Okay, my bad, Will.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's even my Disney ending. I'm sorry.
My brother Navy. What do you think? Volumes 1 through 3.
I give it a 12 out of 10.
Really?
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking
Can I change my shit because I thought y'all were all gonna be like, oh, there was one thing. I do want to give it a 10 because I do. I had peer pressure. I felt a certain way, but on my real rating for this movie by itself, I think this movie was the best out of the MCU. I stand by it. I've been saying it for a minute. Yeah. This is the best movie.
Yeah. I will say
and I love Iron Man 1. Like that's what got me.
That's what got me here. Sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the best.
That's a good conversation in numbers.
Yeah.
Black Spartan.
For the movie, I definitely give it a 10. For the trilogy, I have to give it a 10. It's a complete story. It is a complete story from beginning to end about the current crop of Guardians. You got your emotional closing. You got your grand storytelling, and it is probably arguably one of Disney's most profitable experiments in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to give it it was perfect. It was perfect all around.
All right. First off, volumes 1 through 3 for me. Solid 10. Just it's I had to think about it because the only other trilogy in the MCU that I really like is Cap's trilogy. And this surpasses that. This surpasses that leaps and bounds just for so many emotional reasons and just soundtrack, the whole 9. Volume 3. I'm sorry, my king. I have to do this. Straight 10. Straight 10.
Oh, wow.
Straight 10. That was
Volume 3 alone, yeah.
I mean,
Black Panther gives me a lot of feels, a lot of things because I love that character. Absolutely.
It's because he's black.
And that. But Guardians, the way Gunn has written these characters and made you really care about everything, and the fact that they have a full makeup of how they start, where they are in the middle, and how they finish is fantastic. I couldn't see anything wrong. I said 9.5 before. It's a solid 10. This is a solid 10. Soundtrack, acting, storyline. Done.
Agreed.
It's I can't disagree. They were like, well, what about like there's nothing to disagree with. No. Like every song hit, every moment with these characters hit. When you build up how they started off to how they are now, you're just like, we just watched progression.
I mean, talk about songs. Name a song that immediately had you thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy. The fact
Florence and the Machine, Creed, Faith No More, Redbone.
I mean, you could literally go Landslide, or you can go Break the Chain. You can go shoot.
Ask my Spotify playlist because Jesus Christ, all three are on rotation now. I'm like, you just gave me more. Okay, let me hear this.
You can just hear that, and immediately everybody's like, "Oh, it's the song."
Good lineup, and I honestly, I am the same. I can't wait from just us seeing the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. I can't wait to see what he does.
Also, to bring a overseas band out of existence and immediately into millionaires with just playing that one song on Peacemaker.
Oh my god!
Nobody knew
they were ready. They were ready to wrap it up and just give it up. They were ready.
Yeah,
they were done
by a band called Wigwam, who gave James Gunn a special shout out because they went from not doing anything to going on a tour after the first season of Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Going on tour.
I heard that they said they was gonna like break up or just like end it.
Yeah, they were done.
And then
they were
all of a sudden
done.
it's like, nope, just coming through.
They were done. Gunn said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, I got some for you.
Yeah, but again,
they were about to break off of some some nastiness though.
Yeah, imagine y'all about to be done as a group.
I'm gonna go work at the steel mill.
It's like, how do you sit there? It's like, we about to break up. Hold on. We get a new contract. Why? Because that song we did. Who heard it? Everybody.
when the Suicide, and I always mention when I say the Suicide Squad, they say, "Oh, the sequel." I said, "No, the Suicide
Squad." Because you think about it, the first Suicide Squad never had a D in front of it. It just said Suicide Squad.
This was the Suicide Squad was what it was supposed to be, plus a soft reboot because we got introduced to two other characters that were in the previous film. That was three that were in the previous film. That was all that mattered.
But I wouldn't be mad about Idris Elba coming back though. Even though the forgiven Will Smith can't come back as Deadshot, but come on now.
We got Idris.
Bloodsport. I can live with that guy.
Yeah, I'm like, I like Bloodsport's energy. I'm like, let's deal with this.
I'm really interested to see who he's gonna hire as directors for all of these movies, because that's going to be very telling. He's making. Right. I don't mean to be rude. He's making babies.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're gonna come out the gate hot. Like if he's guiding them, it is. And this is another reason why I say it's Marvel. Y'all in trouble. Y'all ain't making like long-term moves.
Marvel has a panic button and they're waiting to press it.
Yeah.
They're sitting on the mutant panic button. They're waiting to press it.
They are. Honestly, if I was somewhere working in the Disney Marvel sphere in the upper echelons, I would have said, "Who's his understudy? Who's trained under him? Let me talk to them. If I can't get him, let me talk to his."
They ain't getting them.
Yeah.
They ain't getting
all we got to do is go to Image.
James Gunn. You gonna go against your mentor? Is James Gunn? Ain't no way.
I thought they go Austin Powers. Send in the X-Men. I'm expecting Kevin Feige to go in there just with the red button. Send in the X-Men.
But yeah, the future of the DCU is in very good hands.
Yeah,
like he said that this Flash movie is really good. He has high hopes for Blue Beetle. I think he may have seen it already.
Blue Beetle looks like it's
Blue Beetle definitely looks fun. That looks fun. I'm sorry.
If they have a cameo of Ted Kord, I'll approve of this.
Oh yeah,
I think Ted Kord is going to be somewhere in that.
He better be.
I really think he will be.
Speaking of Ted Kord, it's the rumor's been running around that Sean William Scott wants to play Booster Gold.
I'm not against it.
I'm not against it either.
Okay.
I'm not against it.
He was the one person that wasn't on our list, and I'm like, actually, I can see Stifler doing that now.
Okay.
That is Booster Gold to a T.
And everywhere.
That's him. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Let's do it. So I was just like, oh, James, you might have something.
So somewhere James Gunn is going, get me Sean William Scott. I don't know why I'm
right away, sir. Right away.
So that imaginary call button. Get me him.
I need that. Like let it be like the teaser credit.
If we saw that, that's right up there with seeing a good Green Lantern. That would mess me up, and I would be mad about it.
Oh Lord.
A good Green
I'd be mad.
Well, other than John. So.
Just to see Jon Stewart, I'm like, of all these awesome black actors we got here that could play a wonderful Jon Stewart.
Facts.
I mean, take your pick.
But like I said, DCU's in very good hands. This reboot is way past needed. What's been Kira, it's been over a decade for them, and they just when you can count
long road.
Yeah, when you can count, when you can count how many bombs opposed to hits, and it's not good. It's not good.
Well, when you trust when executives make crappy decisions and hire crappy directors, this is what you get.
No, because Muggles.
They put money over sense.
Yeah,
Muggles are in charge. Okay,
let's do a sequel to Joker. Why? Why?
And make it a musical.
Yeah. All right. Well, wait a minute. It might. I think.
I don't knock it. It's just at the same time, it's just kind of like I think you need to focus over here.
My thing is,
I can't lie to you.
When the first Joker came out, it was fine. When the first Joker came out, it was fine. It was exploratory. You really explored mental illness versus the actual character. I get it. I understand it. That's cool. The fact that you want to go back into it and then somehow tie it to Matt Reeves' Batman, no.
I reject that.
No.
Wait, what? When did that happen? Happen?
They're trying to actually tie him in to Matt Reeves' story world.
Don't do that.
That's like that. That's
okay,
like
so,
Elseworld.
Okay, so, hold on. PSA. Warner Brothers, DC, listen very closely. Finish off what you have with the DCEU or Elseworlds, whatever you want to call it. All right, go ahead. Let your Joker sequel come out. Do your Batman sequel. That's doing well. That's fine.
Yep.
However, don't mix the two. I don't want my chocolate with the peanut butter if it ain't Reese's. Don't.
They can't. They literally can't.
How? But this is Warner
Brothers. One finish. Do the Joker sequel.
Warner Brothers
and
doing
dead
Warner
it.
Brothers.
Yeah. Do the Joker sequel. Dead it. You can actually get away with a Batman sequel and whatever. You're doing a Penguin spinoff. That's fine. Have that separate outside of everything else. Gunn concentrates on everything else. Everything gets funneled in. We're not fuddling in Pattinson for anything. Just
I would highly appreciate a DC movie that did not focus on the Trinity. As a Batman fan,
my man,
I will forever defend Batman.
Thank you.
But dear God, give us a different movie outside of the Trinity. That's all I'm asking.
If Gunn.
If Gunn so wills it, so shall it be done. That sounded very cultish.
I hope this is on your docket right now because they never did Cyborg correctly. They played Ray Fisher.
Oh, dear God.
Go ahead and you hire that brother back.
I mean, give us a
They had Cyborg looking like a walking prism. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yes. we got a halfway decent look at the end of the film, and I'm like, yo, but you fuck this character.
Like a broken collage.
The man had no ankles. What the hell?
Rehire Ray Fisher.
This man looked like a walking Minecraft during the whole DC movie.
He did.
Oh shit!
It hurt my eyes. It did hurt my eyes.
Legos went on strike when they saw his ass. What the hell is that?
It was just good and terrible. But I like I said, I just want something different. And again, Dawn of DC, you can learn to write a better Cyborg story than that. And
oh my God,
because God. I was ready to snap when I saw that first issue of Dawn of DC Cyborg. You had this man looking like Black Dynamite in the 1960s with metal. Yes, Kira. Exactly what you're thinking. Yes.
He's not
they
wrong.
never write this character right. I don't
know.
The only thing missing was Curtis Mayfield.
Man.
I'm your pusher, man.
Look, that's just as bad. That's just as bad as what was it, Super Pets? And they showed the Justice League, and I get it, it's in a comedic light, but then they show Cyborg, and it's the classic Cyborg. He's got all Afro, and I'm like,
Afro.
Yeah.
Y'all do know Cyborg can do waves. It's not always the afro.
Like I said, muggles in charge.
And I don't mean just it ain't just afro. It was an afro. I'm like,
oh yeah, it was
like,
yeah. It wasn't even a good afro.
All this tech, you couldn't give him a fade. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It wasn't even a good lineup. You know what it was? It was like Zach from the Power Rangers kind of lineup.
Wow.
That kind of lineup.
Wow.
It was very disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
All I can say is wow. I don't mean World of Warcraft either. I mean wow.
Meanwhile, Teen Titans Go Cyborg, who I rock with, is literally giving him the same look he gave Robin about that pinch of salt on boiled potatoes. That ain't working.
Raisins in the potato salad.
Raisins in the potato salad.
Oh.
So this was the wrap up. Volume 3, volume 1 through 3. Thank you, James Gunn, for giving us a great bookend, a great franchise. It's definitely going down in history. Probably one of the best trilogy that's come out of the MCU. And that's hard to do. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's very good, but that was fan service. This is good.
Right.
It stands on its own.
Yeah.
Stands on its own.
Yeah, like it didn't have to stand with anything else. And I said it earlier, better dynamic than any of the Avengers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you look back at Tony as he's making that plan and calling him Plucky. Don't call him Plucky. They don't know what it means.
although it's funny.
I look at Tony and I'm like, you know what? They do get the job done.
You know what's funny?
It's too much infighting with y'all.
It's funny that
it's funny he said that.
It's funny that the Guardians are basically family, but they never had that famous Vin Diesel line the whole entire time.
Thank God.
I kept expecting I Am Groot to go.
I bet you it's been copyrighted by the Fast and Furious.
It's probably
you better believe it.
Okay, it's copyrighted.
Wait. Cinematic Assassin is like no Fast X slander.
What I
call it mask.
Slander.
I'm still going to go see it. So
I haven't either. I'm going to go see it this weekend.
Here's the thing.
I still got to see John Wick, so don't judge me.
Ooh, you're missing out, bro.
No, Davey, you ain't alone. You ain't alone. You ain't alone because I ain't seen it yet either.
I haven't had the chance. It's not like I don't want to. I haven't had the chance. Turn that damn camera back on. I haven't had a chance.
You ain't the only one because I ain't seen it yet either.
Don't do it.
I'm waiting.
Shame.
You haven't?
I haven't had the chance. I'm talking about John Wick 4.
Talked about it.
Because
Shame.
Well, I couldn't see it.
Shame.
Are you gonna put money in my pocket to go see the movie?
I'll give you $1. I'll give you a whole $1.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Shame.
He got the
I can't knock it because my son was born around the time the movie came out.
That was his reasoning.
Yeah,
that was was reason.
I guess Fresh Baby is a good excuse.
I couldn't take a fresh newborn into a movie theater.
Was so passive aggressive.
I kind of felt that was like
Fresh Baby.
Why can I see Kira saying you could have bundled the child?
Fresh Baby, spilling the juice.
They have nurses. They've got nurses in the hospital. Just leave him there. He'll be fine.
I got tickets to this thing. It's lovely meeting you right now. We'll catch up later on today. I have to go.
I've got you for the rest of my life.
Right.
You'll be fine.
I just need like 2.5 hours at best. I'll bring you back some popcorn. They love theater popcorn.
Lord. The baby and the juice is like Vienna sausage in a can.
If he left, he would never be able to work his pelvic sorcery.
He would.
So he was smart.
No pelvic sorcery for you.
Man, that's a cold winner.
Yeah. That is the snap right there. That will be the snap. Speaking of Groot, before we get out, it's good to know that when Gamora left, when she was leaving, Groot speaks to her basically, and she finally understands him. And then the following scene, he says, "I love you guys." And if you pay attention, none of the cast had a shocked look, which means we are now part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And Gunn confirmed that. And it was just like, once again, emotions and verklempt and pearl clutching and
I cried.
Telling your tears to get back up in there. Get back up there.
At that point, I was like, fuck it, it is what it is.
I'm just gonna cry.
No,
just gonna
dude,
cry.
like,
look, I kept the tissue like this.
Was I the only one that heard it? That was me.
My wife was sitting on that side of me. My wife was sitting on that side of me, and I'm like, I don't want to have time to explain this, but
and you hear the Cat Stevens.
Like trying to control the left side. I'm like, get back up there. The right one is doing all the work right now. Get back up.
Bump that one, especially when you get that sense going in your nose. So you got to hold your nose back while trying to hold your tears back. It's like,
that part.
So something's got to go. Either it's gonna be mucus, it's gonna be tears. Which
right. You crying? No, I got this. My sinuses.
Release the hound.
You know I got bad sinuses. I got allergies. What they blowing? Pollen in here? What is this?
I'm allergic to emotion.
Walk out of there. Why are your eyes red? I told you my allergies. I need some clarity and a therapist.
Right after that, I need to call my dad.
I imagine being the usher outside the theater as it ends with a box of tissue, just saying, "Have a good day."
I swear to God, look. There was a line of them, because they bring a group of them in to clean up. There was a line of them. I'm like, oh, now you got to give me the damn gauntlet to walk through. Thank you. I don't want to meet eyes with no brother sitting up there like, you good, fam? No, I ain't. I'm not. It's no. Don't. Why
come
you
from
ask?
The theater.
I don't even know you.
Oh, God.
Usher come home and his dad's like, how many this time, son? 37, daddy. Crying like little bitches. 37. I counted all of them. Last night it was 54. They ain't coming as quick, but it's just as snotty. I'm going to my room.
That one, the one that was walking by me, he had a straw hat jacket on, and I don't think he was ever right the rest of the night.
Somebody plotting. I got 36 tonight. I'm shooting for 60 tonight.
Yeah.
There's a whole betting pool.
They placing bets and stuff.
Yeah,
your week salary might get more than you.
I can see it now.
That's when they walk in there and be like, damn, nobody finished their drinks and popcorn in here, huh?
Let me just go ahead and get these tissues right. Get these tissues at the end. Just say common courtesy.
A lot of wadded. It's like a lot of wadded tissues, and not for the reason you're thinking. It's just a lot of food left over, but it's all this tissue. Nobody ate anything.
There's a hot dog on the floor. What the hell?
Good night.
I know.
Why is there a hot
Come back,
dog?
Kara.
No.
I tell you right now,
popcorn 10. What the hell?
Somebody left whole slice of pizza. I know that's a good $25.
It was like Marvel fuckboys. So it's just like, so you just saw that Guardians 3. Let me be your shoulder to cry on. Let me just go on.
You know what makes it worse? What if you got the collector's 10? When you got the collector's popcorn 10 box, and every time you go past it at home, you immediately start crying again.
You just
no.
You hug it that much tighter. You're just like,
oh no. You're going through all the stages of grief all over again.
Oh, Lord.
And buyer's remorse.
Everything.
I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all
Wanda Maximoff could never. It was just way too much going on. It was
whoever comes to BlurCon, we're gonna be a mess. I'm telling you, we're gonna be a mess.
They were like, and in this room, we're having a viewing of what?
Viewing.
Wait. What's the password? Brown chicken, brown cow. You may enter.
Well, who got it? I got like a roll of tissue. I brought it when I went to Sam's Club. I got a couple in the trunk. Let me go grab them. Just save me a spot.
I ain't crying. I'm peeing.
How much I owe you for a roll, man? It's free, man. It's free, man.
You don't need it.
It's free. It ain't gonna be worth the money, man.
You'll be having some therapy sessions afterwards.
My eyeballs spitting.
Yeah, everybody coming out of the room, just like, what happened in there?
Guardians of the Galaxy Gone 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have some.
What y'all doing later? We're just gonna chill out. You know, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, that's cool.
Let me just find Radiohead. And just put on Creep. We just put on.
Everybody's sitting there in the lounge area.
And let not a cosplay of the high whatever.
High evolution. Oh man.
Oh dear God! No, see that's what
that movie was great. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. You look like a bitch. You smell like a bitch. You're a bitch.
That's the one. That's the one. You see Kira just all of a sudden dart up and run after. We were like, nope.
I got something for you. Hold on,
that's you can see Kira just straight, just black, all black, and just proceeds.
That's the one that walks through. That's the one that walks through revolving doors, and everybody, you got the nerve.
I know you ain't show your ass. Hey, not on the Lord's Day. I know you not here.
Yo, Montel. That's the one. That's just like when Skip said he wasn't coming that one year and he popped up.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be the moment where somebody walk in and be like, Skip, we forgive you. You forgiven? Because this over here,
this motherfucker right here. We still get
you got some
side though. Still like, you here now. Ain't no sports festival this time, is it? Skip. Okay.
Oh my God. So we're closing out. Oh man, this was always good. Every time we do a good strong review, these are always fun. But this is always fun when we get to bring family in, and we'll start with our brother Navy Montel.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it's your Frosted Bearded Blur the Coin here on the Blur's Eye View reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. If you haven't seen 1 or 2, you're missing out. Go see 3. Check out this podcast. You can find me on Instagram under Navy Montel. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch under Road Catnip. Why I ain't done them on under one name? I have no idea. The medicine hasn't kicked in yet. Don't judge me. Always a pleasure to be here with the fam. You know, when the medicine wears off, y'all gonna hear me sound just like this.
Wow.
So enjoy it while you can. And I'm trying to be a voice actor like Chris when I grow up. So yay.
Oh man, thank you so much for always coming through. He was like, "Oh, you just ain't gonna invite me." I'm like, "Yes,
I had to guilt him because if I didn't say anything, he'd be like,
guilt. Look, I hit up Nix, and Nix was like, "I haven't seen it." I'm like, and I gave him all these memes and gifts. I'm like, "You should be ashamed of me."
Thoroughly ashamed.
Wow.
And actually, Montel was I was gonna try to get both of y'all on. And it just so happened you did the live, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go ask him now while I'm prepping.
It's like, would you mind? I would be so happy. Password is brown chicken, brown cow. Beautiful. I'll be there. I'll be there.
You know, Montel has the same key that Nick's has. This is like under the doormat, and they just, you know, we come in the door. I'm like, oh, the fellas is here, honey. No pizza. Yeah, we don't want not pizza. DiGiorno's, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Make sure you got my bomb pop Mountain Dew too. So that was dope. Yeah,
they got the bomb pop. Okay, go to Dave's. It's right there in the plaza. It's fine. I'll pay for it. Don't worry. Man, thanks for coming through, my guy.
Absolutely,
always fun. Always fun. Geek by heart.
Yeah.
What do y'all?
I love this woman.
Thank you, Navy. It's Lane from Geek by Heart. I am one half. My husband is not on with me, but we do movie reviews. We do a lot of trail reactions. Do horror reviews on blurredeyeview.org. You can find us at Geek by Heart on YouTube. You can find us at Geek by Heart on Instagram. You can find us on Geek by Heart on Twitter. You can find us on Geek by Heart on TikTok. So come through. We love to have a good time.
If you are not following them, shame on you.
Right.
And a curse on your house.
Wow.
And every generation afterward.
Curse on you.
Curse on
your
cow.
You will not. Your kin will suffer. In all the 7 houses and all that great stuff.
All of your boils will be boils.
Right. Lady Mandalore.
Good Lord. I was going to say something inappropriate. As usual. Hi. Hi. So, I go by Lady Mandalore when I'm here, but my other personality always tells me that I go by Room Full of Blurs on Instagram, on Fanbase, and on Twitter. Except on Twitter, I have 2 O's removed, so it's just Room Full of Blurs. I also have a podcast
full of blurs.
Full of birds. I also have a podcast that I do every Sunday, except for last Sunday because neck problems. I'm old. Leave me alone. Every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do it live. It's fun. It's jovial, if you will. I also have a TikTok where I kind of do my voice acting thing, like the 2.
Girl, we heard the Jamaican accent. Don't play.
We heard too. Who are you talking about?
We heard the Jamaican accent. Don't play.
I'm still trying to get a gig. What you talking about? Don't include me in it.
No, Black Spartan, I do not want your soon-to-be wife to find me. I will not be doing that accent any longer. But
the British accent?
No, she had a Jamaican accent that was nice.
My very bad Jamaican accent at that. I'm sorry.
Black Spartan was just like,
it's not.
Not according to my cousin. Not according to my cousins.
Oh,
dirty.
Damn.
I'm really not gonna do it now because don't they live up in anyway.
Yeah, she's single.
Yeah,
she's single.
No. I also have my other podcast that I have done previously. I'm talking really long and it's very awkward for me. My other podcast it's called Child of Mandalore. I talk about the history of Mandalore, just like that wonderful Disney property or previously Star Wars property or whatever they want to call it, where I go deep into detail. I even do some of the voices on there too. It's fun. I have like things that I do. That's it.
Delights and pleasures.
The delightful. Well, yeah.
Just delightful. That's for the OnlyFans that I did that for. I'm sorry. That was the wrong platform. That was the wrong platform.
I mean, this is Bird Eye View After Dark, so I mean,
that's right. That's right there with the boom boom room.
Dear, oh shit! Wait, you can find me on Opulence Radio.
Wait, you want us to shit or wait? Saturday. Take your pick. Oh my god,
I'm not used to being on things.
Can't do both.
It's weird for me. I'm getting used to it.
But why did Boom Boom Room run your memory? Just
Ray's Boom Boom Room.
I'm just saying.
The Ray's Boom Boom Room got her going at that point.
Wow.
See, you made it go away.
Mind your business. I gotta pay my bill.
She's so shiny right now.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Under the sea.
I mean, I do very well. That's all I got is what and what is it? Bumba Clap. Yeah, that's all I got. And Ross. What's a Ross? That's all I got.
Who sounds like a transformer? What is that?
Together now.
Is that Lainey?
That's probably Lainey. That's Lainey.
I was like,
it's Lainey.
Is Lainey or
she's a scroll? She's a scroll.
Oh Lord, they
Secret Invasion on Disney Plus.
I knew it wasn't her. I knew it wasn't her. I believed it the whole time. I seen it.
Oh my god!
Give us back our lady.
That's amazing. Wait,
is it really Lainey?
I don't know what's going on.
This girl went straight cameo.
Oh, it's catching.
Maybe we should do it again.
Hey, hold on. It might be the feedback. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's the feedback. Wait a minute. I'm like, who is it? I'm like, it's Lady.
Sing Prince. Starfish.
I was about to say, just computer love one time.
Fried potatoes. Oh my god.
Man down. 12.
It's Lady. It's Lady. You got an Optimus going on over there.
Yeah.
We got Optimus Lady.
I thought you were gonna say roll out for a second.
Oh my god, it's so crazy.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my god. I gotta get him out of here. Hold on. Oh my god. Go ahead.
So you want me to just follow that? That's tight. All right.
you gotta follow Optimus. We'll go for it.
Sound waves.
We're gonna crowdfund Laney a new laptop because I would want him to go to straight Cybertron.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh man.
So much.
Oh, I gotta mute her so we can get through it. I gotta mute her so we can get through it. Hold on. Let's get
Apple products. Gotta love it.
Hey, I'm gonna be brief. Like it's we'll be watching. If you want to follow me for some reason, I'm not on social at the moment. Mayhem Media. You see the tag MAYEHEM Media on. Don't matter what site you're on. Movie reviews, TV reviews, sound design, and reviews. I'm your guy.
Oh crap.
We're horrible.
Now the silence feels weird. I just want to.
Oh Jesus!
Oh man.
Yeah, I normally say stuff, but I don't. I ain't got it at the moment. I'm gonna say happy heavenly birthday to my grandfather's man that introduced me to Star Wars. So I got the T-shirt on.
All right.
Pass the mic. Just.
Oh my god.
Kira's gonna pee on herself. I can tell. Kira's gonna pee on herself.
Oh man. Okay.
The way we start is the way we finish. That's how
we gotta get.
I already peed on myself.
Strong.
This is gonna be.
That's pelvic sorcery.
Okay.
That's pelvic sorcery. That's
pelvic plumbing. That's what it is. And the pipes is leaking.
Oh my god!
You gotta do your Kegels. You gotta do your Kegels, Montel. You gotta do your Kegels.
Last time I Kegled, I sounded like this.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Hi,
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's what she said.
Pelvic sorcery.
Okay.
Shout out.
Okay.
Yes. Only on this podcast. This is why it pays to watch
the
us
most
live.
highly rated segment out of all the podcasts.
Oh, this is epic fails all around.
If you want seriousness, we ain't the ones. If you want salaciousness, we ain't the one. But if you want some good time and comedy,
yeah, you found the right spot.
You in the right place.
Okay. All right. So,
I'll just read the lady's comment in the chat.
Oh, good God.
Oh, I never knew.
I never knew I could sound like
I didn't know. We never knew.
Oh, look. We still got people watching. They loving it. They like, yo, this group here. Yes.
Okay.
This group here is
okay.
We're the place.
So, shit.
We are back.
What is going on?
And it's official. We done caught the giggles.
Okay.
I see what Carl Jones is talking about now. They're like,
oh dear God. Okay. We can do this.
We are on the one.
We gonna get through this. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, lady.
You're fine, lady.
Lady, you're good.
Mufasa. This happens to the best of us.
It happens to us all. We all try to Megatron every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I do it live, and it's for moments just like this.
Okay.
I love it.
All right. So Black Spartan, also known as Black Box 447 on all social media, is where you can find me. I usually do reviews on everything that I watch, that I read, that I play, and sometimes even do gym stuff because I'm trying to get back into shape. I also have a couple of podcasts of my own. I do have my daily news political podcast called How the Frack We Got Here. Every Wednesday and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I also have a video game podcast called Get Bit with my co-host Joe Tonello every Friday. That can also be seen on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We are now joining, like everybody else, on the Opulence Radio train, so definitely be able to listen to both of the podcasts there, as well as on Google, as well as on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, pretty much every place that you can stream nowadays where you usually can find us. I'm trying to do this without laughing when I'm trying.
Lord have mercy. Good luck.
I'm trying to make it. That's why I'm not looking at y'all right now. I'm looking at us and laughing. Aside from that, I am one of the many heads of the Bird's Eye View website that do column writing, and myself, I do wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Kennedy for that one. At the same time, guys, I am all for, as we have said multiple times on this podcast, please uplift people, share people, introduce things to people. Be a cheerleader. It costs nothing to promote or share or help each other up because, again, it takes zero energy to do something nice, to celebrate for others. It takes 100% to be salty. So at the same time, there's no reason to. At the same time, guys, I simply have one rule because I'm a very social person. I talk to everybody, but I just have one rule. Don't be a dick and we'll all be cool.
There it is. There it
You
is.
did it. You did it.
Don't
I
pee on
barely
the
made it. I
show.
barely made it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Don't pee on yourself.
whether I laugh or not, we getting through this. If you've enjoyed what you've watched, please give us a follow on IG. On IG, Blurred's Eye View on IG. You can find a link tree in the bio where it will lead you to all the great places, including Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, it'll be Blurred's Eye View Podcast. All caps, of course. You can also you can also listen to us leading the charge on Blurred Out Thursdays and on Man Cave Mondays on Opulence Radio. You can also catch us on Twitch, Blurred's Eye View 1. And guess what? You can also catch us on Always Press Record. That's APR TV, only through Roku and Amazon Fire. And soon, it might be another one added to that. So you can watch us on television as well and get some of this playback. But if you really want to get in and show us some love, head over to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and see all past episodes, clips, shorts, and so much more. Just like this one, where apparently we've invited Optimus and the crew as well. So
don't pee on yourself again. Don't do it.
It's like a dare program.
But it is. But this is always fun when we do. Just when it's just us, even with guests, we cut up. It's just what we do. But this is why everybody comes to us. We're fun, we laid back, and we're about to craft. That's just what it is. We talk about what we love. That's just what it is. Laney, what'd you say? Hold on.
No, that was Will. That was Will.
That was Will.
That was Will.
Pelvic Sorcery Prime. That should be the. That is now the title of this episode. Pelvic Sorcery Prime. But yeah, 300 subs and counting. That's right, Tafari. Let's get those numbers up. Let's do that. Well, you like what you're seeing. You know you want to listen to us, but you also want to watch us. And if you miss us live, well, shame on you. Check us out on the YouTube. It's completely unedited. We let you have it. We have fun with it. But I want to thank the family. No guests. This is the family. This is the family. And only the family could do what we do over here. But thank you for tuning in. We're taking Thursday off, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll be running back an episode. So tune in for that. Ain't decided which one yet, but yeah, check that out. We'll be back Tuesday. I don't know what I got planned for Tuesday, but you can always catch us Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Thursdays 9 p.m. on the same channels. But until then, don't eat too many ribs. I know that was a black thing. So what? My blackness will not let me deny, and I dare not.
Ladies, get your oil checked.
Get your oil checked. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute. They want to roll out from Laney. So let's give us a look. Hello. We are horrible. We are horrible.
perfect.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're horrible.
Oh my god, Laney, I love you.
Note,
I swear, I love you.
On that note, we are out of here. This was our Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 through 3. Our review. Can't get it.
Laney is broken.
She's broken. Only here. Only in Blurred Eye here. This is all clips right here now. It's all pelvic sorcery prime and everything else. Until you guys see us again, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury, the man on the wall, along with our family and Optimus. We're out of here.
Y'all are fucking
for the record, for the term, because we're still live. To the like Tafari said, the term I'm looking for is blacklick me. Okay, so there it is. We're out.
Wow.